I know, Darcy. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Didn't mean to. It's alright. It's okay. No, I dropped a dice on him actually, a very heavy dice as well, like... yeah, he was right to be confused about why a thick dice has got launched at him, but...
Hello everyone, this is Unicorn Head Studios, I am the last Omnitect, and welcome back to Legacy First Flight. Holy cannoli, it has been way too long indeed. Hey everybody, all our signals are coming on one by one. It's been a hot minute. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? Please tell me I'm not muted. Oh, thank God. Okay.
All of a sudden, they just see your mouth moving like a puppet. Like,
oh my God. Every other stream, it feels like, hi, folks. Yes, you should be able to hear everyone. And yes, there we go. Good. Okay. Alright, let's make sure everyone is fine. We're just going to throw some chill music on in the background. And let's take a moment to just say thank you guys to everyone who's turning up again. It has been way too long since I've had a chance to play with you all, and I miss you guys so much. Truly I do. Like, it isn't the same when I don't get to play with you guys. So let's get some chill, like, Tupelo Train in the background. Alright.
all of a sudden, you just play Disturbed.
Please no. So, first things first, everyone out there, hi, again. I'm the last Omnitect, your favorite robot American. I'm a Twitch creator. I am an illustrator, an artist of many flavors. I'm a writer, an indie TTRPG dev, as well as also a webcomic creator. As of late, I can add that into my many things on my artistic resume. I'm also the developer of Legacy First Flight, the fastest light tale in the world tomorrow, which is the indie game we're actually playing at the very moment. I have been working on this for nigh on 20 years, and it is a privilege to be able to play with you guys live and in front of everybody. We've been going on YouTube for about a couple months now. Before we went on hiatus, it was like what? It was about like 4 or 5 months, I think, before we went on hiatus. On our vacation for the end of the year. And before that, we were on Twitch for, it is coming up on, I think, 2 years now, isn't it? Like...
yeah,
Time
sure.
is weird.
Yeah, time is a soup, truly. So, having done that, having gotten into that, let's take a little moment and recap everyone on what's happened. So, from the very beginning, I'll take a moment to just pull everybody in, and we're going to give a little recap of both the setting and also just the world as a whole. So, Legacy First Flight is set 400 years in the future from our current time. And this is where I'm going to just put the actual other music on. This is also a live stream, and we do not have a technical crew. So for those of you guys who are wondering, it wouldn't be a live stream if there wasn't some technical jank. That is the way we always play this. Please remember that. So, having taken that little moment to give us a little detail, let's get into the actual, finished pages, shall we? The actual world of Legacy First Flight itself is set 400 years from now. It is... Well, for some reason, this is not... There we go. It's like, why isn't it playing? There you go. See, what did I tell you? Wouldn't be a stream if it wasn't some technical issues. So, the year is 2426. It is 400 years from now. After centuries of turmoil, humanity has bravely ventured from its home on Earth. Bound by shared hope, we strode into the stars together under the banner of the Commonwealth of Humankind. Now the peoples of the 8 sapient species of the Galactic Union tirelessly strive to maintain a delicate peace that has endured for 2.5 millennia. Let me just make sure the audio there is balanced. There we go. Starships fold space and time to cross the impossible gulf separating stars. Matter printers forge abundant base elements on a molecular level into food, shelter, clothing, tools, and more. The Prism, a sprawling public galactic communications network, allows the distant worlds of the Union instantaneous communication and sharing of knowledge. Mighty terraforming engines change barren, lifeless rocks into thriving garden worlds within the span of a decade. It is a time of wonders, but it dances on the edge of a knife. While the 8 member species of the Union may be at peace, the true scale of the galaxy is vast, and most of its trillions of peoples live far from the influence of their homeworlds. Pocket empires, nation-states, free marches are scattered outside of the Union's territory. Dictators, pirates, fascists, and cults prey upon these isolated regions, creating a steady drumbeat of exploitation and violence that Union peacekeepers fight to contain. Yet the greatest threats faced by the galaxy are shrouded in its past. The Union is the latest civilization to stretch across the galaxy, but it grows in a graveyard of those that came before. The Anazali Imperiale, the Tyrant Sectori, the Wanderers in the Dark. The rise and fall of galactic society has played out countless times, and inevitably, each collapse was so complete and sudden that any records are lost to posterity, leaving the twilight of these empires a matter of grim historical speculation. But while their history is lost to us, with its undiscovered ruins that lay across the galaxy under our feet on countless worlds, their ancient works persist. Weapons of unimaginable scale, ancient threats locked away in fear, technologies beyond our wildest dreams. If the galaxy is to endure, these hidden ruin worlds must be discovered and charted, and their troves of relics cataloged, lest they be unleashed on the Union. So the Union sends out Voyagers, teams of seasoned explorers, mercenaries, and specialists. They're the very best and brightest of the Union, each having already encountered some of this ancient technology. Our players are Voyagers, and what they do will change the galaxy forever. As we zoom in, we focus not on the greater galaxy, but on a small part of it, known as the Evanti Sector. This region has been contested for the better part of 80 years by various regional powers. We have the communes of Camino, a loosely arranged anarcho-communist group which has more or less maintained small localized settlements and refuses to organize into something larger, but instead band together on a community level in order to provide for their needs. The Joint Syndicate Authority, a large conglomerate of every major corporation within the region. And finally, we have the Evanti Parliament, a large sector-wide government slowly trying to build themselves into a regional power that gets the tacit approval of both the JSA and the Common Oceans, both of whom oppose, fundamentally, its creation. The Union is waiting to see who's going to triumph, and in the meantime, a fascist group known as the Anazali Imperiale has resurfaced under the banner of the Imperiale Resurgent. A steady drumbeat of fascism and fear is beginning to overtake the region, and our players, Fireteam Forge Tender, are doing their best to contain the threat, while also exploring their local regions and delving into the mysteries of the Evanti Sector. At the moment, our players are currently on the world of Xhol, in a little regional village known as Recalore, delving into a curious question as to why the entire world has gone dark, both on the Prism and from general communications. So, here we are, faced up against the mysterious circumstances of a world that's populated only by a small number of colonists and groves of ancient trees known once as the Verassi people, now living monuments to their own genocide. The world is besieged by the Imperiale, and our players are doing their best to try to figure out what's happening. They've just made contact with the Resistance, and I think this is where I'm going to turn it over to you guys to give us a recap of what happened in the last session. And I thank you guys for your patience with that giant monologue. This game has been going on for years. So, with that, we return back to our game with my amazing players. Huzzah. So, hey everybody, we're back. So, who wants to give me a recap as to what happened last session, months ago?
You know what? Just this one, I'll let someone else do it. Out of the kindness of my heart, I don't want to take up too much of the attention, so I'll let you do it. You know, I don't mind.
Oh.
Worst case, I do have the notes, the session notes in the Discord,
Sure.
so we can always read that. But basically, Amaya, being fantastic and amazing, followed a Torre. Oh, well, are we going like way back to like when we landed on the planet, or like just where we're technically at now?
Let's give a recap on where we're at.
Okay.
The viewers at this point know that you're on this planet, and you're trying to find out why it went dark, and you're dealing with the Imperiale Resurgent having emerged and slowly throttling the planet.
Yeah.
So what happened last session?
I mean, between us kicking drone butt, and planting a virus in the wrist link, and it is now booby-trapped, so...
The wrist link of? Give some context.
Yeah, okay. It's hard because there's so much that happened. So we have some resurgent, I don't know if they're mercenaries yet. We didn't really figure out...
You can call
who
them
they were.
militants or partisans. Yeah. They're not mercenaries. Mercenaries work for money. These guys are clearly
they're
wearing the
believers.
uniform. Yeah, they're taking the money. They're wearing the uniform. They're part of
Drinking
it.
the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So yeah, these militants. Well, one particular, we blew him up, and what was left of him was basically his arm and his wrist link, and we figured out, the Resistance has a mole working inside them, inside their community, so we're gonna plant what is essentially a bomb, but it is, it's going to, what's the word, like there's blight, but it's acid damage when they open it up. We made it appear like a funny haha, like, oh, look in here, you have to actually dig for it kind of thing, but it feels very, what's the word? It's very childish how we did it.
Yeah, it was very petulant. You guys
petulant.
literally turned it into a spiteful little bomb of whoever opens this up next is going to explode.
Yeah, I can't remember what the message was. I think it's in the notes, but it was pretty funny. So when they open it, thinking, hey, I have to contact the Imperiale here. I have to get my contacts.
Make sure you speak it up.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the mic's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you fine, like you're coming through super
Perfect.
clear.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sorry. Sidetracked. My brain takes a moment to restart. I am also really tired. It is really dreary outside. It has been all day, which is perfect for being cozy, get some hot chocolate, relax.
Great way to fall asleep, though, on stream.
Right? It's really bad. But once things get going, energy goes up.
So yes, you guys planted the code bomb.
Yeah, so when the guy tries to contact his contact, he's going to experience some side effects, like burning, you know,
Melting
some
to
screaming,
death.
yeah. So it'll be very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say we, Becky, Zenith, and Louie distracted Ira, who is a member of the JSA. I believe it was one of the mining corporations that had an invested interest in this planet, and they were like, oh, well, if the common oceans are gone, we're just gonna mine, we're gonna take over. And of course, Ettore,
Ettore being a member of the Common Ocean
Corsairs.
Communes. Yep, the Corsairs.
So, basically the Pirate King here. He comes in and is like, no, you're not going to take over. This belongs to the people who are here, and also just us in general. And also, screw the JSA. Louis was really good there. He managed to negotiate and say, hey, back off, you know, we're all gonna land, we'll all have a party, we're gonna all investigate what happened here, because it's really weird that the planet just kind of went dark. So we all investigated, but we so the party of 3 distracted Ira while Amaya went with Ettore to actually find the Common Oceans, because there was a code that they left, basically a trail for them to find. And they're in a bunker, essentially, really, really deep below the ground. And that's basically where we left off, is when Amaya and Ettore were going into the bunker. I believe it's Erdo. Is that how you pronounce it? Erdo Marcans.
I believe it's Edao. I believe it's Edao. Yeah.
Edao?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Edao. JJ!
Hi, JJ. Welcome in. We're giving the recap. Everyone wave hi to our 3rd member for today. So, JJ. Becky is played by Lee, my partner here, Bonbon. We have Louis, a jockey, Sylph, piloted and played by our friend Paul. And then finally, Amaya and Ahita, played by the amazing JJ, who's just arrived, looking bright and whimsical. So yes, continue.
But yeah, basically it left off where we learned that Ira had we don't know how much he saw, because we dug into like video files, data feeds, things like that, and we saw a bunch of what looked like Anazali ships, like old Anazali ships, like mimicking the design. We don't actually know if like, oh, that's legit. We just know that it looked like it, based on. Yeah.
I vaguely remember, now that my brain is coming back to me, 2 things. Darcy looking incredibly cute behind me.
Yes. Well, that's when has that ever changed?
Well, yes, but I also remember that we took apart something. I want to say one of the drones.
Yes.
With the ER guy, and he was like, "Oh, this part is from here, and this part is from here," and it was a bunch of different components. And when he said, "Do you know what this is?" I was like, "It's a gun," and he went, "No, it's a plant." I'm like, "I'm almost certain that's a gun," which honestly still makes me chuckle at that. But he was saying that the only reason why a company might want it to look like another division had made this was to start a war between 2 factions. And that was very suspicious.
Yeah. Perfectly said, honestly. Thank you. That's one of the big like callback to
that. Both me and Louis caught up on that at the exact same time. So, you know, I was in sync with my character at this point.
Perfect. Okay. So, first off,
parties, yeah.
Yes, so now we're currently split into 2 parties. Thank you very much, Leah. I appreciate you. To everybody here, as always, your emotes are refreshed. You are set to go. I'm not going to be giving you folks any more extra motes before session. You guys have plenty. But I am going to, moving forward, provide a single point of experience at the end of a session for a really good recap. So this is moving forward. This is like a little something.
Incentive.
Little incentive. And I think I'm not even going to do it for the individual character. I'm thinking I'm going to do it if the recap was good, everyone will get an extra point of experience at the end of the session. As a way to encourage you guys to keep our viewers up to date with an excellent recap. So you guys are always great about it, and I appreciate you. So, with that, we should probably turn our attention back to the game and get back to it. I think we're going to actually pick it up back with JJ, Amaya, if you are ready when we are.
Yep.
Okay, cool. You're coming in loud and clear, by the way. That's awesome.
Nice.
Huzzah. So, with that, let's get back to where you are at the moment, Amaya. At the moment, you're currently pretty deep underground. There's actually a... It's pretty warm this far down. There's tons of heaters and there's tons of circulation, like keeping the air going, but it's all that stale kind of bunkery air. And at the moment, it smells like the sickly scent of iron. In no small part because, at the end of last session, you revealed to your friend, the local speaker, and I want to make sure I've got all my notes here correctly all arranged, because I have all my notes right here. There we go. So, the speaker themselves, Edu, you told him there was a traitor in his ranks. And he very quickly sussed out where. Unfortunately for the person who was the traitor, who he had murdered instantly on the spot and shot to pieces by everyone who was resisting.
Or at least colluding with the traitor.
Yeah, exactly. By basically all his buddies. All his troops shot the guy to pieces, and he took one of his arms, which has a wrist link, which is basically a personal computer on it, to take a look at the notes. And he then turned and threatened his entire team and was like, if you betray us, you're next. And so, in this exact moment, where totally normal interactions, so, Edu, which is, there we go. Don't know why that was mispronounced, but there we are. Alright, so, Edu is currently standing in the middle of the room, surrounded by all his soldiers, and they're kind of slowly looking at each other, a little nervous. And eventually they just sort of, like, calm down a bit as he holds his hand out. Right. So, we need to figure out what we're gonna do with you, then, Voyager. And he points at Amaya. So, you came here with others, right?
Yes, I did.
So what are we gonna do about them? Are they on the level, or...
Just gas us like up above.
He's still got the corpse's arm dangling over his shoulder, the blood running down his, like, mostly brown cape. And everyone's still got their guns. They're not really trained on you, but at the ready.
But they could be. But they could be very quickly.
Oh yeah, nobody's got their safety on. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, everyone's practicing trigger discipline. That's about the only thing keeping us from being ventilated in this space.
Right. Yes, my friends are above.
We're distracting Ira.
Yeah. We have another one who's being distracted right now. So the only ones who are aware that we are here are the people here.
Okay. So then, you have this guy, Ira, with you. And he looks over at Torre, and I take it he's not one of you and your Corsairs. And Torre just sort of, like, holds up his hands and side to side shakes his head. No, not really, no. He's actually, he's a scab. JSA, an investigator. You sent here to assess what happened to the planet and attempt to reclaim it. Assuming you all are dead. Which, given that none of you have been able to communicate for several days, everyone presumed you're dead. We've never seen the prism go down like this before. Or communications. This is kind of an unprecedented thing. I'm presuming you have some method of control regarding it. I would love to hear how, if you'd be willing to share. And Edu just sort of shakes his head. No, one step at a time. So he's JSA, then, is he? He looks over at you and make me a... I would say at this point, you can make me a negotiation roll if you'd like. Or an awareness roll and use your negotiator die if you want to read him.
Okay. So a D10 plus 3 is my awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, advance roller.
You're good. Also,
It's been a hot minute, y'all. Been a hot minute.
It has been. I'm also in the process of transferring everyone over onto new character sheets, so when that's done, we'll be able to show you guys more of that. I'm also looking at getting a dice cam for the stream, so you guys can actually see what the dice are. Because right now we're using Roll20, and anyone who's ever used Roll20 would know that it's okay. Resoundingly okay is the nicest way to describe it.
Yes.
Hey, it gave me 2 19s to use, so...
That is true. That's good. Okay, so you have a... Looks like a 5 and a 7. So 7 total?
Yeah.
Plus your mod?
Which is 3?
Okay. Do you have any proficiencies you'd like to use?
Let's see. Could I do political? Well, I don't know. Political affairs?
Yeah.
This feels like a political affair.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a fair assessment.
So do +1.
I'd also be willing to let you use espionage if you're interested as well. Since this is kind of like... You're kind of...
It's kind of both.
Yeah, it's a little of both. You're playing the Bond angle here a little more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then that would be +2.
So 7 total. Okay. That's enough.
Yeah.
He's not exactly disguising it, but he's very clearly dismissive of the JSA out of hand. What a surprise. Common Ocean, an indigenous person is not okay with a mega corporation moving onto their lawn. What a surprise. However, you can see something cuts a lot deeper than just like the surface level revulsion that most everyone else around him clearly shares. Just hearing that the JSA is here, everyone else kind of gets like that look like, oh, great. Like, I can't wait to deal with the cops. But with him, something deeper. It's like a significantly darker thing. Everyone else is kind of frustrated, looks irritated. Him, he almost looks glad. In that way that, like, when you get a chance to be, when you get, like, I don't know how else to describe it except for that kind of, like, mirthful cruelty when, like, an opportunity target arrives and you're that kind of person who would take a shot. So, yeah, he very clearly, like, it's not just that he's, like, not happy that they're here. He's happy that they're here so that he can make them go away.
Right.
So, he pauses. Right, so I'm going to be honest with you all. My first impulse is kill the bird, and then we can talk with the Voyagers. However, I presume there's some sort of contractual thing going on between you and the JSA, and I'm sure you don't want to bring that heat down on you. So I'm going to ask you a simple question. Amaya, what do you want us to do with the bird?
Dang.
Right, it's in a chest.
Trying to think. Because letting them kill them would be like, it's going to put us in a bad spot with the JSA when we're trying to, like, not be in a bad spot really with anybody. But
Can recommend hostage situation, maybe? A medium somewhere in between.
Right. Like, do we
Heck
do
is
we let
that
them...
the medium?
Because you can negotiate.
What is that the
from a
middle
place-
of? Murder and slightly less murder?
Yes.
It's
What are you going to do? Hold it
Freedom?
for
it's the
Yeah,
meme, right?
Yeah, so that way they can get a contract. That's
Yeah.
really what I'm after. Like,
It's the meme, right? It's on one hand equality and equity, on the other hand a little bit of murder, like
Right.
in the middle. The compromise, some murder, like
Shoot him in the leg, it'll be fine. I'm sure he won't mind that.
But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this in your hands,
I'm
Amaya.
so
This is
sorry,
your call, Amaya. Your decision. No one else at the table is there.
Nope.
This is all you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're.
Wait, where's
you're
Becky?
Sorry.
I thought Becky came with me.
No.
Oh my
No,
God.
Becky and Louis are up top.
They're up
I
top.
think the person who came with you is technically Zenith went down with you as well.
No, Zenith was up so that way she could hack
Yeah.
into the.
Oh, that's
pit.
right,
Dolly
she
was
stayed
with-
behind.
Dolly's
Hacking.
character was with me. I thought Becky went with you as well, Amaya, to be honest.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's
Oh.
just you guys.
Just
I
me
think
and
it's
Tori.
just you, yeah.
Yep, it's just a Tori and a Maya.
So, and Atore's not weighing in. He asked you, what's your thought? He's your hanger-on. He's your +1.
Dang. So I can't even talk to Tori and be like, what should we do?
You could if you want, but he asked you. And you're in
Right.
front of everyone, so...
Right. I'm trying to think what would be the move here, because obviously I can't be like, all right, yeah, just go ahead and kill this one, and then just like I guess I would ask I think I would ask Ida and be like, what exactly are you trying to gain here? If you kill him, obviously you'll have some satisfaction, but the JSA won't let it slide, and they'll just send more people here because now they'll know that you're still here. So what exactly is it that you're trying to gain? What's the end goal?
That's a fair point. We know better than most about how aggressive the JSA can be. He turns back and looks at his men, and they kind of all do that, like, dark, shared knowledge, kind of look away from each other thing. Right. Truth of the matter is, I haven't thought a thing about the JSA for the past few months. Like, I have a little, to be honest, but really, the past few days, it's been moment to moment. The JSA arriving was inevitable, but not what I had on my mind when we're already being attacked on foot by an army of weird black cultists. I don't know how... What the fuck are they, by the way? I'm still... They don't look like Evanti, and they sure as hell ain't a JSA Corp.
No, they're definitely, as far as we're describing them, a terrorist organization.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You hear that, boys? Terrorists! Just what we needed. And they all just kind of like chuckle a little bit. One of them goes, they still die to bullets, boss! He's like, they do. Fine.
Yeah.
So, we don't want to attract more undue attention than necessary. They're already here. I'm guessing you think that they're doing some kind of audit, right?
The JSA?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So they are here. The question is how here they're going to remain. What happens if they find out we're alive? Have they told you that?
They have not. But I think all of us here, at least, wait, hold on.
Yeah, it was a
Pause.
question, because didn't they say that they were only here to see if it was abandoned so then they could mine? Because I thought that they, earlier, like, literally...
There you go.
they were-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically they're checking to see if the tenants are still here, and if not, they're going to enforce mining rights. That's what they said.
Right, it doesn't mean that's
You're
what
right.
they'll do, but at the same time, like...
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the exact words of the
And
captain.
I think we could trust them because they're a trustworthy group of people.
They didn't
Right.
fire
We
on
can
us
always
or
trust
Tori.
corporations.
They have the community's best interest at heart.
Right.
After
That's
all,
what
local
we
job
want.
creators,
That's
right?
why.
Yeah.
Trickle down economics, people. Have you heard of this?
Right. Come on.
Only in this case,
Get
it's
together.
trickle down the gravity well.
Right. Okay. Yes. They are basically here to see if any of the previous tenants are here. If not, they will then come and mine this planet of its resources.
I'm taking a guess that the bird isn't the commanding officer, because the commanding officer I doubt would come off his ship onto an unknown planet, that they don't know if it's still hostile or not. What's your read on the captain? Was he... I don't have a word to describe shitty.
He was a very nice gentleman and listened to me very well.
Said Louis on the surface to no one.
we're all in your head, Amaya. We're just like ghosts.
Right. I'm trying to remember. I can just hear the ghost of Louis in the back.
Do you want to make a intellect roll, and I can give you a little bit of a recoup as to what happened last time, because I know it's been a hot minute for you.
I'm just trying to remember. I'm just trying to remember all these NPC characters that I've interacted with.
Well, the only reason why I say that is I don't think JJ was there when we met the captain, because there's no way I would have negotiated a peace deal if she was.
That's fucking fair!
Yeah.
That's why I said it. I wasn't interrupting in character. I was helping someone who wasn't in the session.
Okay, Paul, for that, I give you a moat, thank you.
Yeah.
Put me in my place when I'm being an asshole. It's important.
I did wonder why I got called out. I was like, no.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Helping.
So if that's the case, Amaya, you would have been, like, at least briefed before you came down to the planet on this encounter. Because I think at the time you were in the process of, like, talking, negotiating something else. So, the captain's actually an Oriname. Fun fact. His name is Executive Lieutenant Veers Horanel. And...
Okay, definitely did not meet that person, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So, he is employed by the Latali Mining Corporation. That's the JSA group that's here, technically. They're the guys with the mining rights. However, well, the captain wasn't particularly keen on the fact that you guys arrived with pirates, and, you know, seemed to be on the side of the pirates. At the same time, he actually did seem pretty level-headed. Not because he's, like, excited for the people of Xhol, or particularly concerned in their defense. More like the kind of guy that doesn't seem like he wants to make undue paperwork for himself, and the wholesale slaughter of indigenous people is kind of, like, above his pay grade. Yeah, a lot of paperwork, and maybe a thing he doesn't necessarily want in his conscience. He's a company man. He's not... He's not Goebbels in a corporate suit. There's plenty of those in the JSA. He's not that guy.
Okay. So, basically, I'll say the captain is cool. Okay, so, yes, the captain, I would say he's level-headed. I would say that if you all were to make your presence known, if that is the best move for you all from a safety standpoint, he would not attack you guys or anything like that. He would obviously then report to his superiors and then let them know that the planet is in fact inhabited. But that would be your move to make. I only say this because I know that aside from the JSA, besides the few JSA that are here on their particular mission, me and my people here are specifically here for the terrorists. So, coming to you, I would like if we could share any information that you have about them. And like I said, the decision is yours based on your safety. If you still believe that they are here, and that the threat level to you and your people is high, then I would say, you know, that would be something you would have to calculate for yourselves as far as risk.
Fine. Compromise position. So, the JSA aren't here to murder us, for once. Then, I propose we play a degree of nice. That said, I'm not an idiot. I'm not inviting this JSA scab to come down into our base. That's stupid and insane. But if we were to go up and say he was willing to surrender himself into our custody and allow us to black bag him and bring him to a secure part of the base where he won't be able to see where he has arrived, he won't be able to relay anything and will be under observation for the duration of his stay, so we can limit his exposure. We can hold him safely I would normally say he could wait the fuck outside. However, I don't want him skulking around and asking questions as to where you've gone. Especially if he's trusted enough to be an inspector. He's the kind of person that might sniff this place out. So I'd rather have him under my thumb. Likewise also, if we're trying to get him back safe and sound to the ship in orbit, leaving him on the surface with all those crazed gunmen doesn't sound like a good idea. Do you think you'd be able to convince him to do that?
Oh, yes. I think I could convince him and then also help you. I don't want to say incapacitate, but I can make him go night-night. And which would make your job easier.
Don't
to get him down
worry.
here.
We'll handle that.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Amaya puts away her taser like, dang, alright.
Meanwhile, Becky and Louie up top, like, just imagine this, where they're just like, what in the... what is going on?
Amaya just comes up and like, hey, you want to go on a field trip? Zzz.
Right. Well then, if that's the case, let's go say hi to our neighbor, shall we? Men, secure the facility until I'm returning. Hopefully, with one guest, and a few welcome visitors. He throws the machine gun he has, like, under his arm to another guy nearby, and that guy tosses back a concussion rifle.
Yes.
So, we're gonna cut from that scene to you guys on the surface. So, on the surface, you guys in Ara have been digging around for a bit. And Ara actually seems a little bit, I don't want to say disappointed. He does seem a little disappointed that, well, very clearly this isn't the Common Ocean's fault. That everything, what's going on, that these guys aren't, like, just blowing themselves up. That it's something else, and that someone's trying to frame them. He's at this point, like, just sort of goes, Louis, do you want this thing or not? And he just holds out the SMG.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. You can add a... This should be actually right now inside of the loot pool. You should be able to add a Common Ocean refit Hailstone submachine gun to your inventory. It is fully loaded.
Can I carry that? Can I carry it?
Yes, you can.
I was strong enough to carry this.
Fun little inside joke for all you folks watching the stream. One of the things we instituted this week was carrying capacity rules. So we finally have, like, weight carrying capacity. Louis' character has a carrying capacity of 24. 24 bulk.
Hey, samesies.
Yeah, the difference is he has nothing on his person. He's carrying, like, 2 bulk. Like, basically a pistol. And the clothes on his back. I don't even think he has... Yeah, a pistol and a single knife. He's fine. He can carry... You can carry whatever, man. You can carry another party member with the amount of weight you can carry at the moment. So,
apologies,
yes.
what have you just told me I can now take, sorry?
It's the Camino refit Hailstone submachine gun. I will send you a... I'll literally just send you the link to where it is. So...
Oh, yeah, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Oh,
So,
is it that one? Yeah.
that's the one. You found it. Huzzah! Oh, you're anonymous alligator. We have a shared Google Doc, everybody.
Wow.
At least for now. So, that's the one. So he just sort of like slumps down a little bit. Shit. Well, fine. So what do we do now? Wait, where the fuck are...
A quick question though, because didn't we catch him hacking up, basically looking for what we were looking for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was up in the roost a
So
little
he
bit
came
ago.
down. Okay.
Yeah, he's down. He's down.
Gotcha.
That was before you guys had the conversation, finding out that this is a plant. Quote unquote, no, this is a gun.
yeah.
These are rolled eyes.
Okay.
So, Ara just kind of like flops down. So, where the hell is... Where's the Oraname? I see you, and looks over at Zenith, who is in the distance tinkering, and just waves.
I think they went to take a leak. I'm sure they'll be back soon.
Becky's going to be just wave her hands voyaging, probably doing her job.
All that.
Right. Well, I'm inspecting, which is my job. And he pushes himself up onto his hands and starts walking and looking around. I'm gonna have him make an awareness check.
I'm jockeying, by the way.
And she'll follow him.
All right. I'm gonna open up the dice roller for the first time in months. Let's see if it works. So our boy here, he's got a D10.
Dang.
That was a D20, actually, not a D10. That's why I rolled a 19 out of 10. Let's try that. An 8. It's none. I never really noticed these side passages here. Huh. It's gotta be stairs or something. Maybe she got lost down in there. And he starts, walking towards the corridors.
And Becky will follow him and be like, I have been down some of them. They are insane.
Yes, I'm sure they are. The Common Oceans love to do this thing where they make every back room a labyrinth. It's not enough for it to just be a hallway. No, it has to be a fucking death trap. Every single thing is a death trap. And and he's walking around usually leave marks or something, though, sort of denote stuff. Hidden passages. And then he comes around the corner and he goes, or just fucking stairs. There are stairs here. I guess try the stairs. Make me... Becky, you're going with him.
Yep.
Louis, are you following?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, yeah.
Both of you make me an awareness check.
And that was +2, I think.
Okay, awareness. I get to look at my new character sheet.
Right, me too. I'm like, yeah?
Yes, your discipline ranks have been neatly laid out.
I will use a moat to reroll that.
Don't forget you have luck die.
Oh, right.
I panicked about dice. Okay, 6 and it is intelligent, so that is a D4 for me.
Okay.
I got +3, so I rolled a 6.
So you rolled a total of a 6 after your mods.
Total of a 6. Yeah.
Damn. And Becky,
12.
you rolled a 12 total. Louis, we're gonna go with you first. Yourself. Self have incredibly cool traits. Among them, the fact that you, being basically a giant lizard person with an incredibly advanced peripheral nervous system, you perceive time in a slightly different way than everyone else does. Basically, everything isn't quite in slow motion, but when adrenaline kicks in, and when you sense things, you actually do, perceive them more acutely than others. And so, it makes it very hard for people to sneak up on you. But not impossible. Becky, on the other hand, out of the corner of your eye, you see a hatchway opposite of where Ra is. Slide open silently. And stepping out of it, you can see a Common Ocean with a concussion rifle leveled at his back.
She will step in front of her, Ra? Just kind of hold, because does she know she's their Common Ocean based on how they dress?
Oh, it's pretty clear. So
Okay.
far...
I was gonna say, if they're, decked out in armor, I would assume military.
I'm gonna show you what they look like,
Okay.
just to make it very clear. So, does that seem like a JSA or a cultist to you who's wearing the pitch black ass armor?
Okay,
you
no,
see
that's
lately?
fair. I was assuming the worst. I was like, oh no.
This is very clearly a Common Ocean. They are wearing, battered leather clothing, and, it's actually an Oriname, and he's wearing, sort of a stripped-down survival atmosphere suit, basically just to cycle water, so that he doesn't need to soak once a day like a lot of Oriname have to. And he's currently leveling a concussion rifle at the back of the bird's head. It is, given your roll, it is pretty high, you rolled a 12. I'm going to say enough for you to see that it is set to a non-lethal setting.
Okay.
Do you intervene?
I
You have one action. One. It can be a movement or a standard action. It is your call.
Y'all are gonna hate me for this, but I think Becky will stand in front of Ara and kind of be like, whoa.
He doesn't see it. So are you standing in front of him? Or are you standing...
in front of the line of the common ocean.
Do you say anything?
Not out loud. I think she just goes, like friendly, like, don't.
Behind him, you can see Edu, and you can see Amaya. Amaya, you have like 0.5 seconds before Iran notices anything. You've seen this transpire. Do you do anything?
I will touch the common ocean with the concussion rifle and be like, "Don't fire yet."
Looks over at you, and it pauses, and it just sort of like slightly lowers it a little bit.
Confusion?
Yeah.
And does this like, whatever, get it the fuck over with, kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not sure where the fuck this... I'm gonna see about this staircase. And he, like, Ara starts to walk down this staircase, which you have been down before.
I'm gonna follow him down the staircase.
Why are you gonna go down there? We're all here.
The common ocean gives you another look, Amaya, and just goes like...
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Louis, Ara, hello, we're up here.
Hi. Where did you guys go?
You pause and turn around, and there is a common ocean, Oraname, standing at a... He's pretty big for an Oraname. He's a bit of a bruiser.
Yeah, he is.
He's like 6 foot. Most of them like top out at like 5'7", 5'8". This guy though is 6 foot, a little over, and he's basically like moved his cytoplasm, so he's kind of jacked a little bit.
Jacked.
He's a little more top heavy than like teardrop shaped, like most of the jellyfish people are. And he's got a concussion rifle leveled technically slightly past you, but it is aimed in your general direction.
Like, we can do this peacefully.
And Ara slowly turns around and then sees a concussion rifle. This was going way too smoothly, wasn't it?
It was, I agree.
It can still go smoothly.
Amaya, watch out. There's someone with a concussion rifle right next to you.
Yeah, I know. He's with me. You can put your hands down.
Cool, so we're friends. Let's not.
Yes.
Edu sort of sees this little exchange happening. Yes, we are friends. However, you, and he points over at Ara, who at this point I think takes precedence over random Oraname here.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand,
I'm gonna step slightly in front of Ara.
Yeah, Becky will too. Like, we can
Like,
resolve this.
Yo, we don't just start shooting people.
He's not gonna get shot, guys. Just listen.
Oh,
to
he's
what...
gonna is a concussion rifle a gift? That's so kind.
Not a gift, but a precaution.
I think we can convince him to... I assume since it's a concussion rifle, you're knocking him out. I think we can just talk to him.
not sure.
Ara, what do you think? Do you want to be concussed or talk to?
Ara has his hands like slightly up. Slightly. He's doing that kind of like the sort of high noon hands loose kind of gesture.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh yeah, my hands are up, but I can drop them really quickly to my sidearm. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't prefer to be concussed. Assuming it's non-lethal. Looks at the rifle. Okay, good step. It is non-lethal.
Progress, I like it.
I'd still rather like to keep consciousness, but continue, Lizard. Go
As
right on
it's
ahead.
Ira's body, I think his vote should be the deciding factor.
I think
Why
we
are we
should
trying
let.
to kick this in?
I think we should let Ito talk and perhaps stop interrupting him so we can get to all this point. We can get to the point. How about that?
Thank you, Amaya. I appreciate that immensely. And so the sylph like slightly stalks forward, and he's about as big as you, Louis. So a lot more weathered though, like a lot more weathered. He's at least got 20 years, 30 years on you.
That's not hard. I'm a child.
Oh.
Like,
Well, I mean, exactly, yeah. But
baby.
he's 50 something. Which they actually age about the same rate as humans, so he's actually weathered a lot more actually because like humans at this point, they can get up to about 200. So he looks 50, like 50 now, not 50 400 years in the future with healthcare. And so he sort of like looks at you two and looks at Ara. Truth of the matter is, I don't want you dead, but I can't have you just, doing what you're doing right now instead of one of our most important safe houses. So, here's how this is going to go. Either we black bag you, sedate you, and bring you to a holding place where you can be safe for the duration of your stay and not killed, or I have him change the setting on that gun. And accidents happen. That's how it's going to be. We'd prefer you alive. And frankly, it would be less complicated when you go back to your ship if we tell them that you were in fact treated respectfully, which you are being. Because if you weren't, I would have had him flatten you first thing. Which Ara kind of like, side to side, looks over at you, Louis. I want to know, I'm going to make an awareness, I'm going to make actually, he's going to try to read your, okay. What do you want him to see? What do you want him to see about your current state? Like,
I am being a little bit confrontational to this guy who's just threatened what is effectively a complete stranger to him, for no other real reason than kind of where he works. Is he being respectful? I mean, for him, probably. But, man, that sounds like a dick way to be respectful, doesn't it? Like, there is no... If you put those lines on anybody else, that is a threat, and that is not a good person. And I don't think Louis is experienced enough to distinguish between the differences. He's not mature enough. He's 18, like...
Yeah.
Also, like, oh, I'm 50 years older than you. Dude, my friend over there is like 250 years old. I don't think we should put age on the limit, alright?
Zenith is in the background, reacting without effect for the remainder of this session.
I want him to see that whatever he decides, I will back him up, and I will be on his side and support him. If he does want to, let's say, respect this person's culture and kindness, fine. But I will make sure that no harm comes to him.
Yeah, and if he ever...
Well, I would do my best to make sure. Like, I'm only a little guy. Like, there's not a lot I can do. But I would do my best to make sure no real harm comes to him.
So confident support of whatever Ra does.
Yeah.
A little bit of defiance. Fair. Becky, you
Like,
have,
if he wants to throw down, I've got his back.
Fair. Becky, quick glance at you.
Just the gentle nod of, like, I'm on your side. I don't like this situation.
Alright. Fine. If it's corpse or mildly unconscious, I choose mildly unconscious. However, might I request it not be done at the end of a concussion rifle? To which you do sort of, fine. Medic. One of the other folks behind steps forward. Sedate him. He reaches into his pocket and takes out a little medical kit. Takes out what is actually like, it's not a hypo spray from Star Trek, but it's basically like, it looks sort of like almost an EpiPen, kind of. Walks over, just sort of like, this might sting a bit. And just like, slams it into his thigh, pushes the trigger. There's a little cling sound as it triggers it and it slaps into his thigh. To Araz's credit, he doesn't even, like, flinch. And just goes, right. See you when the nap is over. Don't let them do anything untoward to my body.
I'm gonna catch him. I can carry him. I'm gonna catch him.
You catch him. He pretty immediately goes out. It's a combat suppressant, a combat sedative. It's the your leg got blown off. This needs to not be your problem. Medicine.
Right.
So he's out. You catch him. He feels surprisingly light. He's despite being like 8 foot tall, he's like only 120 pounds. So,
Nice.
What is that in terms of 28 carrying capacity? What is the conversion rate?
not even enough. You're still good. That's like maybe a 10 or a 12. You literally can still carry him.
Really.
I'm gonna walk around like, does anybody else want him carried? Anybody? I can do it.
Princess
I
bride.
can.
So at this point, you do just sort of nods like, that works. Thank you. I appreciate you letting that go so smoothly. I apologize, by the way. Edu Mercans, speaker of Recolore. You, I presume, are the other Voyagers that Amaya is working with?
Becky.
And you?
Louis.
Kurt.
Always nice to see another sylph out there. So, I'll be honest, this isn't the best introduction. Certainly more introduction than we usually give people. So, glad you can be here. I'm going to ask you all point blank, as I've already asked Amaya. You're not under contract by the JSA, correct?
Nope.
You have no personal ties to the JSA, correct?
Not outside them being people.
Fine, that'll do for now. And I trust that if I bring you downstairs, you won't be sharing any information with the JSA regarding what you're about to see.
God, no.
That's a great reaction. Let's go downstairs and talk.
You're just like, ugh.
I've not said a word.
for once, right? And then we all notice, but we're just kind of like, I'm not encouraging anything.
Right. So, with that, he's going to sort of take you guys downstairs, and we're going to activate a lift and slide down there. So we've been going for an hour. Did you guys want like a little 5-minute break to go to the bathroom, get a drink? Okay, cool. So with that, everybody, we'll be right back with more Legacy First Flight. You guys know the rules. Mics be hot. Get your food. We're going to take I'm going to give it a 3-minute break. We'll make it quick, and then we'll get right back to it.
Okay.
Everyone hydrate.
Yes.
I go get a drink.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I don't mean to be hostile, but
No, it's
that guy
great.
was not friendly. Me and this bird guy are like, we're getting, there's a connection.
Which is funny because Becky's actually like, yeah, no, this is the correct course of action. Let's not be murderers.
It's a really low bar to make, isn't it?
It really
Just like,
is.
don't die, don't kill people, be nice, you know. Try to be
anything-
nicer than that, at least.
Don't die and don't murder people. Often go hand in hand. Like they're rarely like close to each other.
It's actually
Right,
kind
go
of
back.
funny, because under most circumstances, I personally, I have no issue with throwing, you know, corpo assholes like around. But also at the same time, your planet is also occupied actively by legitimate fascist militants at the moment.
We
So,
have a bigger fish to fry.
yeah, weirdly for once, corporations are not, like, in this instance, the immediate threat to you all. They are certainly a secondary threat, but, like, they're standing next to card-carrying space Nazis. Like, actual space Nazis. So, they're still not great. This guy's probably not great, but something.
I mean, so far, Ra's been like, chill.
Yeah. So far.
I like him. He's my bezzy.
All right. I'm going to quickly go and take like 3 steps down the hallway. Literally just like see if my legs make anything happen. So, just so that I can... Because I've been sitting in this chair for like days and days doing a bunch of background work. Oh God. Ugh. Forgetting what my thighs feel like when they're used. And also, anyone in chat, if you guys have any questions or you wanted to bring up anything, please feel free. I'm happy to discuss. I know this is a new system for a lot of folks, but I'm happy to bring anything up. Likewise, I also want to take a brief little moment, since we are on break, to say a huge thank you to my amazing patrons, Ampersand and Atlas. Hi there, Paul. I love when you show up both in my credits and also in my games. At Tier 2, Necronomus and Souls Rolls, thank you guys so much. And at Tier 3, Mossy the Mighty and Heinrich the Heroic. You guys are incredible. I genuinely appreciate you. A huge thank you to all my patrons, both the followers and also the folks that are just vibing and, you know, everyone who's both actually like paying and those who are just hanging out and being free followers. You guys are incredible. You can go to patreon.com/thelastdomnitect. Even if you just join as a free member, you'll have a complete access to the entirety of my webcomic backlog, which at this point includes Gentry Delon Ain't No Fascist, my Helldivers 2 anti-fascist story, which has been going on now for over a year. You'll get to read all those comics for free. You'll also gain access to my scheduling, and also to like free articles that I drop all the time, both lore, art, what have you, on my page. And then finally, for supporters, you guys not only get these sick call-outs in the middle of our streams, but also you guys get supporters credits in both my webcomics, my videos, and finally, you guys will actually be named in the production as, I guess technically the word would be like producers. You guys will be named as producers for Legacy First Flight in the actual core book. You'll be in the book as a huge thank you. So yeah. Oh, and if anyone wants to spring for a tier 3, you even get to help me design a character for the webcomic that might appear. So keep an eye out for that. Anyhow, thank you guys so much. You mean the world to me. Genuinely, it's awesome. Feel like everybody's good. Is everyone?
Yes, I was just finishing the notes.
You're good. No worries. Just checking. JJ, how you doing? You feeling good? Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just getting a little snacky.
No, you're good. You're perfectly good.
But yeah, I'm good to go.
Awesome. Paul, looking good? Awesome. Oh, I love a fast break. It's great. So with that, we are going to return to Legacy First Flight. So, with that, we are back. Now, as we are walking around through these corridors... Actually, yeah. We'll use this one. This one's a little more appropriate for this. So, as we're walking through the corridors, you guys see everything that Amaya saw before you, which is this little, like, side room opens into a... First, it's a long ladder that you have to climb down, which is not really designed to be comfortable. It's one of those solid steel bar ladders where if you put too much weight on it, it actually makes your hands hurt. But you go down this ladder through what is like about 5 stories straight down. And you pass a number of chambers. You actually see, like, from the ladder, it opens up into larger, like, chasm ways, including a huge space, some 3 stories tall, that just seems like it's storage, just not used, completely abandoned. And below it, a larger chamber. This larger chamber is like this massive underground kind of... It's almost kind of like a village in a little chasm here. It's a bunch of little buildings and habs all stacked around, various sizes and shapes. A couple of, like, prefab, like, laboratories and, like, what appears to be a prefab armory there. Just, like, again, simple small buildings, nothing too crazy. And at the very bottom of it, you guys see this large, bespoke concrete bunker. It's the biggest structure down here, for sure. This space is like 3 to 4 stories tall. It's a pretty vaulted space. The ceiling's actually dark from like the dim lighting on the ground, but this is like a 2-story tall building surrounded by 1-story tall portables. And if anyone's familiar with schools in the United States, you know exactly what a portable is. It's exactly what I'm talking about. This thing is like twice the height of anything nearby, and the only structure with a built-in foundation. And you guys approach this large chamber, and one of the fighters, briefly like Louis, sort of walks over and is like, "I'll take care of the bird. You don't have to worry. You'll be safe. I promise. I'm a medic. Do no harm."
Okay.
If you want to, you can come with me to see where I'm putting him.
I do want to come with you, yes. Come on.
Okay. And it's just like, I'm just gonna roll a die and see what species he is, just for the shiggles. Look at that. Turns out he's an Acris too.
Nice.
So, yeah, no.
Becky will, like, whisper to Louis, like, thank you.
So, he takes you not too far into the bunker. Like, you guys are all going down a major corridor. He takes, like, down to one side, and there's a hospital wing there. And in it, there's 2 rooms at the edge that are kind of, like, not quite padded, but they're, like, made to be a little more comfortable. They're clearly some kind of, like, not a prison wing, but the equivalent.
But detention.
It's a detention room, yeah. It's an isolation room is what it is. And so inside, there's a chair, there's a table, there's a sink, there's a bathroom, and, like, it's, you know, small. It's like about 10 foot by 10 foot, but it's something. And so he walks in, you can put him down here. He'll be fine. There'll be a guard outside the door. He won't be able to leave the room. The only thing he'll be able to see out of it is this. And he shows, like, the door, which has, like, a little window on it, roughly about a square foot. The side of it, when you walk in, it looks like there's glass on the exterior. You can see into it, but it's one way when you look from the interior. You won't be able to see out of it beyond that little window, but he'll be safe. You have my word. I won't hurt him. And I'll keep
Just
the other
remember, he
nonsense
came
off.
here voluntarily. Like, he's here by choice as much as the rest of us. Like,
Right.
alright.
That's fine. I won't hurt him.
Alright. I'll go back to find Becky.
Okay. So, Ira stays behind. He's still woozy. Like, that's gonna take a good while before that kicks in. Before, you know, it wears off, before the medication wears off of him. So, at this point, you catch up with everyone else. There's, like, no real delay. It literally was like a 30-second side thing.
Does Becky notice anything she could fix right away?
No.
Okay.
Actually, everything under here is surprisingly well maintained. It's a little bit like loosey-goosey, kind of. I would say the Combinations have a little Rebel Alliance in their aesthetic DNA, because they do not keep things clean, but they keep it ruthlessly functional. Everything under here is like wires and cables. There's no like conduits on the walls. Things are literally just sort of like stapled to the wall so that the conduits sort of hang there. Sometimes even the wires are in certain places a little stripped or frayed, but everything is working immaculately. All the joints on all the machines are oiled and greased. All like the connectors are properly bolted. It's ugly, but it's functional. And space where you, not you, Paul, you're gorgeous. Once you guys enter into this like larger chamber, it's this almost appears to be like a tactical room. And at this point, Ettore is waiting and casually like talking with a number of the other like soldiers in here. And they're all just sort of like vibing around and relaxing. Ettore turns around. Ah, good. Everything went fine. I presume the bird didn't need to be fried, right? We're all good? Everything's fine? Great. Love it. Maya, thank you. So, what the fuck happened, Edu? Last I heard from you, you were being your usual characteristically not charming self, but hardly this. What's happened?
We did see some of what happened, but yeah, it would be nice to fill in the blanks.
That gets Edu's attention. He turns over to look at you. How did you see what happened?
We hacked into you, well, she's gonna be like, sorry, you know, the feeds, basically recovered whatever we could. Footage, audio files, things like that.
It's fine. You're investigating. You're seeing whether we were alive. I get it. If you hack into something down here, we'll have a very different conversation. But... you already saw, then, a fair bit what we saw. Everything was fine. No real... weird things going on. Xhol's a quiet planet. For the most part, we just like to be left alone. We have, like, the odd trade ship comes in from other common ocean colonies. That's about it. And that's mostly through Recolore, because we don't really need much. We're self-sufficient. We prefer to be that way.
And you haven't had any weird energy readings before this?
No. Not at all, actually. In fact, actually, it's quite strange, isn't it? But then again, that, I suppose, is what happens when you sever communications with the rest of the galaxy. You'll get some strange readings. At this point, like, Ettore, so again, I would like to revisit that. How the hell did you sever the prism? It's quantum entanglement communication. Like, you don't need a signal. I should theoretically be able to just open my wrist link anywhere in the galaxy and access it, as long as it's not, like, actively being suppressed. And it's being suppressed, but I don't know how. So, care to tell a fellow militant how you managed to do that? And you kind of, no, I don't. No offense, Ettore, but you're not from Xhol. You're not one of us. And I respect you immensely. But we're not interested in your fight. Every few months you come around and we chat and we talk and you play chess, and I'm glad to have you. But you keep asking the same damn question, and the answer is always no. The Xholians are not soldiers. We're not here for this. You have your fight. You go out and you do what I'm glad you're doing. Truly. But that's not us. We've been through enough. I'm not going to ask them to go through anymore. The Torres cocks his head. You mean you don't want to go through anymore? Yes. A little of that too, I suppose. Anyhow, they don't need to hear this. You and I will continue that conversation later. Point is, ships space folded into low orbit and began to bleed out fighters. A couple of our guns started going off. They started firing at them. So we killed comms. The whole planet's dark. It'll persist in being dark until I feel comfortable. So, no one will communicate on or off, and the prism will remain down until these invaders are gone.
What would I need to roll to see if he's being genuine versus, like, maybe there's some lies sprinkled in?
That would be an awareness roll modified by, in this case, actually not even an awareness roll. This would be a negotiation roll.
And I have a +2.
Yep. If anyone else wants to as well, please, by all means. Also, you can feel free to jump in at any point.
So just one, right? Negotiation, rather than awareness and negotiation?
Correct. It's just negotiation for you.
How are you coordinating attacks and defenses while a communication network?
That's an interesting question. So,
Thank you.
So, signals you might have noticed can't travel through this. However, if you might have noticed, light's still doing fine. It's a little gross. Atmosphere's a little greener than it used to be, but a laser will still carry a signal. It's line of sight, of course, so it's difficult to achieve, and we can't exactly send drones up to increase that. But fiber optic communications still function across much of the planet, in the few places where we have it. And when there's not, we send out runners. They just need to get within line of sight of one of our facilities and make a light. And as he does that, he holds one of his hands up and makes the gesture, and his wrist link flashes briefly, like a semaphore. It's old tech, but it's served us well since... well... since before we arrived. Not the first planet we've had to defend from the JSA. Probably not the last. Especially after return.
So, we found this. I'm going to produce my the minigun that I got. Point out, like, me and your current prisoner investigated this and found that it's a Frankensteinian amalgamation of technology. I think it's made to look like you guys started this.
Can I see that?
As long as I get it back, yeah, that's fine.
You will.
I've written it down on my character sheet, if nothing else. I'm not deleting it.
You will.
That's fair.
He walks over towards one side of the room, like, not very far. It's like a couple of feet from here. There's like what looks like a metal bin in the wall. It kind of almost looks like a garbage receptacle, but it's deeper and it's heavier. And he takes it, slides open the thing, puts the barrel of the gun into it, pulls the trigger, and it unleashes this really loud, like, rapid-fire staccato of bullets.
It's like the bomb thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you hear the distant sound of, like, splashing. Like, water being, like, agitated. And then he pulls it out and he looks at it. Yeah, that doesn't sound like one of ours. And he closes it again, reaches on the side of it and pulls out a fresh magazine, reaches over, ejects the cartridge, slams a new one whole. Works with our tech well enough, but then again, getting common ocean guns in this sector is not exactly difficult. He throws it back to you.
I'm really pleased you've replaced the bullets. I was going to get annoyed.
I like that he got a fresh magazine.
Yeah, like, yeah. Number
He walks back
Use the
over.
bullets?
He's grinning. The one thing we're not hurting for here is small arms munitions. That's not going to be the issue. Heavy arms, on the other hand, we're running out of. Common Oceans are very good at fighting security forces. Tanks, hard suits, walkers. That's a different story.
Is that not something you could negotiate for with the resources?
We don't negotiate for those sort of things usually. Our defense is we don't get bothered. And most things don't make it planet-side. We have AA guns. But that's the trick. These guys arrived so quickly, with more firepower than we've ever seen. Under normal circumstances, a fleet like this teleporting in over another common ocean world, the reaction would have been instant. Corsairs would have flooded the atmosphere. We wouldn't have had to fight them. Someone else would have. Our AA guns would have done some work, but at the end of the day, this sort of thing doesn't just happen. We might not interact much with the rest of the common oceans. The Desprandi people are reasonably not that keen on involving ourselves in this greater project, but at the same time, we're not idiots. We maintain our own intelligence networks. We see what's going on. The JSA sends a fleet, we know about it before their adjutants usually have filed the paperwork. And if the Evanti do it, well, by that point it's probably in the news. We would have seen it. This fleet came from nowhere. And it belongs to no one. And the people who walk around in this armor are nobodies. Except for the bullets they use. And the weapons they bring, which are admittedly significantly more lethal than most of the munitions brought by the JSA, except when they get antsy. Not our first brush with genocide. Not our last.
Have you had any recent contacts? And she means like fighting.
Yes. Actively right now. He walks over to the table that dominates the main room and gestures to it. It's a very primitive, like, LCD screen. So the whole thing is, like, basically a flat computer screen. And on it you can see is a static battle grid, basically. It's a map of the planet. Laid out as flat as you can realistically get it. And you can see, like, folks literally, like, have their hands on, like, balls on the side and are literally moving it. Like one of those little airport terminals that has the little rolling mouse. Yeah, this is old tech, even by, like, our standards.
And Becky's just like, oh, I love this.
Yeah. He walks over to one of the mouse balls and sort of scrolls a little bit, and the portion of the map that's in front of him sort of, like, detaches from the rest and scrolls independently. And you can see as he does so, like, there's literally notes applied to the map, like, superimposed over it. And you can, as you look around the room, see that there's other technicians who are actively adding and subtracting notes. This is basically the equivalent of having a paper map and sticky notes applied to it and removing it. And as he scrolls over, you can see, like, marker, contact, enemy, 6 combatants, 2 dead, common ocean, 3 dead, unknown, armor self-destructed, could not identify. Like, another one, 20 combatants engaged, lost contact, no survivors presumed.
Can I roll strategy or combat to see a pattern?
You can absolutely roll strategy if you'd like. Amaya, you're welcome to as well, I think. I don't remember if you have it or not. I don't think you do, actually.
I don't think I have combat.
That's right.
Strategy, you can see.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think you have strategy.
Oh, I have combat. Can I have a look?
Well, it isn't combat. It's strategy in this instance.
Oh,
look for
well,
it.
I will.
Yeah, I don't have strategy.
Oh, I don't have that.
With my child of tomorrow.
What was your child of tomorrow roll?
19.
A 19. Okay, so you rolled a 19, Bone. So Becky, as you're looking across the map, they're losing ground. This is a guerrilla war. However, it's a guerrilla war that's not going their way. Normally, the way guerrilla warfare works, from what you know of human culture and human history, after all, humans did just get out of fighting a 200-year-long war before they joined the Union, so you guys have a little more than most. Most guerrilla warfare is made to be asymmetrical. You know, couple guys in a Humvee roll down a street, and...
Common oceans are losing? Sorry, I just want to confirm.
Yeah, the common oceans are losing ground. They're bleeding slowly. But that's how these battles go. Guerrilla warfare is about making other people hurt more than you. So, you pop out and blow up a Humvee with 6 guys. You lose the guy with the rifle that blew up the Humvee, but you killed 6 guys. And for every person, you make it feel like there's 10 or 20. You make the casualties entirely one-sided and unpleasant.
But there's no pattern of attack for the enemy?
Not that you can observe yet. They clearly are coordinating, but it's in a more limited way. It's very likely they're doing the same thing that the common oceans are doing. Maybe not using semaphore, but like literally rallying, making plans, going back out again. Basically, this planet's been brought back to Civil War era levels of communication. If you're not talking to someone in person, they might not know it. So they're probably coordinating as independent ships or independent squads, and just there's no greater whole. The big trick here is that what you're seeing is that it is asymmetrical warfare. The Xholians are mounting a pretty good defense. However, they're losing more people than it's worth. So, like, ideally, somebody invades you, you strike them, you lose 1 guy, they lose 12 to 20. But the odds are a lot more even. Like, there's an engagement, they don't lose 1 person in the fight, the Xholians lose 3. The enemy squad might be wiped or severely hurt, but some of them retreat with survivors. And so you're seeing this clash happening over and over again, and it's not going as well as you'd like.
Becky will reach out a hand, because he's in front of them, right, Nadu?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
he's in front of you.
Yeah, just a hand on his shoulder and be like, we'll make them hurt for it.
I don't want them to suffer, I want them gone.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
The good news is, I think we still have them. More or less. Given time and effort, they'll bleed. This isn't our first rodeo. Again, we're used to being attacked. We're used to loss. We'll absorb it as long as we need to. They'll be gone before then. Amaya, make me an awareness roll. Add your negotiator die to it.
I do apologize. What is the name of the guy that was speaking to?
Oh, the guy you're speaking to is Edu. E-D-O-U.
Edu, yeah, got him. Edu, have you had any, like, loss of ammunition recently? Like, I'm trying to figure out where these people could have made all this different technology, because this isn't just a weekend job. Like, you get all these different people's technology and combine it. That takes time, that takes imports, that takes orders.
We have
any idea where they could have got your stuff?
No idea. We don't lose things like that.
You did have a mole in your midst.
Ooh.
We had a mole, but we didn't lose tons of munitions. That
Hold
would
on
have
then.
been...
The technology must have like, I don't know, a tracking number on it, or like an order number, I don't know, receipt code or something.
So hold on, that's a 12 plus a 6 plus a
Nice.
plus another 2, so that's
20.
that's 20.
20.
Sweet.
That's pretty great. All right. Note made. I'll be right back. I will be right with you. And so, while he's talking, like, we don't have many munitions. Each of our individual settlements maintains their own stockpiles. We would have heard from one of our other settlements if several hundred tons of munitions have been stolen. Most of us don't maintain those kind of stockpiles to begin with. We maintain what we need to fight. And what else we require, we print as we require. We have a certain amount of base metals and chemicals in the soil we can use for that. It's why the JSA wants this world. We don't want to exploit it, we want to live on it. They would mind strip mining if they were getting an insane amount of resources out of it, and we would lose our home. Again. And I'm not particularly keen on that. Amaya, while this conversation is happening, in the background, you see another sylph. Very similar colors to Edu, actually. Younger. Female. Outwardly, anyhow. When he says the phrase, "We'll weather this," as we've weathered before, she, on the other side of the table, working and talking with another like team, seems to wince a little bit. She's listening. And she disagrees. But she's not saying a damn thing.
Can I would like to say, excuse me, look at her and say, what are your thoughts?
Oh boy.
You're just in a military briefing, and then just the side character. What would you think about this?
Yeah, what do you think? Because I feel like Amaya would be like, okay, this person looks like him and must have some sort of relation, must have some sort of status. We haven't been introduced yet, and clearly that wince makes me think that there's another part of this story that we're not fully grasping. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna see if I can, like, get a good view on her face for you. Because right now, I was unfortunately unable to finish getting, like, her full art, but we can do for now with the black and white sketch that I've been working off of for a few years.
Knowing you, Omni, we could take like a 3-minute break again and you get it done.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not. So, in fact, actually, I realized, like, hold on, it's viewing the actual page. I'm gonna just do this. You guys can't see what I'm doing, which is good, because I'm doing a thing. A last-minute thing. I'm making a character. Gonna just...
Darcy, summon you.
Summon the cute.
Alright, so let's see if I can make this work. Hold on. I actually just had this. Oh, wait. Aha! Sorry about that, folks. Screenshots. I gotta go to the screenshot page, grab the screenshot, and put it over here. Beautiful. Aha! The funny thing is I have all the notes I need on her. Here we go.
She's pretty. Even for a sketch, she's pretty.
Thank you. She's actually the reference I made, the first ever female sylph I ever drew, actually. And this will be in all players, can be edited by me, and you see, there she go. She's a central character, CC. Sylph.
That's what CC stands for.
Yeah, central character.
That makes way more sense than crowd control.
Yeah. Yes, in Legacy, I have a slight distinction between NPCs and central characters. Non-player characters are largely unnamed, the sort of characters that we don't focus on for more than a scene, and afterwards they kind of disappear. They're meant to be generalized. However, a centralized character is a character... A central character is a character that reappears frequently, and also on top of that, tends to have more emphasis. As a result, they have luck dice, and they also have the ability to say, for example, endure out of scenes after they've been killed. Like, they actually make rolls like you guys do. So, in fact, the more important ones can even have motes of legacy and sparks of legacy just like you guys do. So, they're effectively player characters without being player characters.
They get to live.
Yeah. It's also a great way to have, to make, like, villains and stuff. Like, let's be real, Dungeons & Dragons, one of the things that's kind of a pain in the ass is everyone comes up to their villains and kicks the shit out of them because they're never player characters. You want to make a good villain in D&D 5th Ed? Make him a player character. Just literally roll a player character at the same level. They'll kick the shit out of your party. So... she turns to look at you, Amaya, and, like, there's this brief flash of, like, not insignificant panic, at being called out. Just... I defer to my father. He knows what he's doing. I'm still a little concerned about the logistics, but we're getting through it bit by bit. And she sort of looks around. Amaya, your role is sufficient enough to see that she absolutely has more thoughts on this, but she's also in front of a lot of people that she's trying to not undercut her father in front of.
Right. Amaya's gonna be like, okay.
Note for later.
But Amaya's gonna look at Amaya's gonna be like, she's gonna give her the look like, okay.
Yeah, Louis not. Aside from my two Voyagers here, is there any other femme-presenting people in the immediate vicinity?
50-50. Legacy's pretty diverse. So, like, generally speaking, you can roll a d8 and then roll a d3. The d8 is for species. The d3 is for gender role representation.
Okay.
Because, like, it's about a third male, third female, and a third who the fuck cares. Basically.
Like, I'm gonna see that Amaya has asked this question and assume she's not just randomly picked on this poor girl. Well, from my experience, like, femme-presenting people are just as intelligent in terms of matters of war than Daddy over here. What? Are you okay? What's your thoughts? What's your concerns? Don't ignore him.
Edu slowly turns to look at you and has
I don't
like
like
this.
You. I'll start a fight.
He has this like slight grin on his face. Yes, I dare say they do. My daughter is second in line to run Recolor, and the only reason she isn't in charge now is because somehow I'm still alive. She's very competent and capable. She, however,
So what are your thoughts then?
Becky's going to be like...
No, let her speak. Let her speak. Sarai. Everyone else out of the room. And, like, there's like 20 other technicians. They sort of look around. And they sort of just nod and leave. And it's now the 7 of you. The Torre's still here. Go ahead.
I hate myself. I hate myself.
I'm sorry, Paul.
I hate myself.
Go ahead, Sarai. Tell them what you tell me every fucking day. And he's gonna slowly start walking around the table. And now that the room is empty. I don't know how we're going to win this. That's the truth. I don't know how we're going to win this. You keep saying we're gonna win this. And I believe you. You're not an idiot. Thank you. Glad you told me that a bunch. It's like, yes, You're good. You're the reason that Recolores survived so long. I know you are. I only know everything I do from being trained by you. I still can't work it out. I don't know how you took down communications. None of us do. And until you tell us, I can't figure out how logistically viable it is.
You're assuming he actually did.
He did. I know he did. And Edu kind of smiles and, like, looks back at you all. She's not wrong. I did. Of course, I don't know how he did it. Ships pop into orbit, everything goes to hell. Next thing I know, Father's not in the command room, and we lose all comms. He walks back in, looks a little shaken, and everything starts falling out of the sky.
Well, one would assume it might be an artifact, given the fact that who came into your backyard looking for it, possibly.
Who the hell are these people? I don't know who they are. I presume, like you said, terrorists of some kind, right? That's what I heard? I don't know shit about them. They're walking around using some weird composite tech, which just sort of means that they're just fighters. That doesn't really tell me anything. But maybe, I won't pretend. That was my first thought, is that he found some relic or something when he was out on his walks. It's an old planet. It's got all the gestures out, like, at a wall. Yeah. She gestures at a wall, like, because there's no window there, and you're fucking underground. Trees out there. All those old Verasi ancients. This is an Anazali funerary world. It's possible that there's some relic they left behind, but he isn't telling me what it is. Because you don't need to know. No, because you don't want me to know, Dad. There's a difference between you not trusting me and you trying to protect me, and I get it, and I'm not interested in being protected if we lose the fucking planet.
If you suddenly die, how are they going to turn it back on if they don't know how you turned it off?
Sarai literally turns to you and does the... does, like, the arm, like... That! What happens if you go out on a raid and you hit your head, or you get shot, or you just have a heart attack at some point? Or you get locked in a room? What if we need to communicate out and we can't get in contact with you?
Room. What if we lose the key, Dad?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
What am I gonna do? We lose the key to the room.
In this windowless place.
Yeah. I trust him. He is smart. You are smart. And you're playing an angle, and I know you are. I just want to know what it is so that I can stop telling everyone who trusts us to trust us all the time. It's been that for a week. A week of me telling every fighter who's watching their friends die that we have a plan. And I know you have one, but I don't. And until I know what the plan is, I'm lying to them. And I don't like that. We're not Corsairs. We're not JSA. They're not company men. They're not taking our money. They're fighting for us because they can. They deserve to know. And Edu turns to her and goes, they do. But I swore. I made a promise. I can't break it.
Oh?
The fucking who?
Yeah. I would be like, who did you make a promise with?
You all don't need to know that either.
Oh my god, you are the ID. What? Yo, you're annoying.
Dude.
No, he's the only one. No.
Look, as it is, I'm already nervous enough bringing a Taurian on this. And if it weren't for the fact that my people are literally dying out there, I wouldn't have brought you in. Alright? Now, I trust my daughter more than anyone else on this planet, more than anyone else alive. She's the last family I have left. But I made an oath on the martyr stones of the only other two family I ever had, to tell no one. If I'm not telling my daughter, why in the name of hell do you think I would tell you?
Oh, you shouldn't. We're not trustworthy at all. You've known us for 30 minutes, mate, right? That is absolutely fair. I don't even want to know how you turn it off. It seems like a silly idea. You should tell your daughter, promises be damned, because she's right. If you do get locked in a room, they don't know how to switch it back on.
Let's follow your logic. Let's say I tell her. Right? Let's say I tell her.
Great plan.
Now, I will have to tell every other speaker of every other settlement on the planet
Why?
how we've done it. Because then what if they need to turn it back on? What if they need to turn it off or on again? Right?
So, make sure that only 2 people ever know. Assuming you and your daughter don't die simultaneously, just don't go on a plane together.
There's a pause there, and he goes, right. right now, I am the one who knows how this happened. My men know that. So here's my logic, right? If someone wants to find out, I'm the only one. Not her. Not my kin. Not my settlement. Me. And when they break down our doors, when they drag us into the streets, they'll be looking for me. And everyone else, they'll blast right past. Wherever I appear, I'm the target. Me.
So let's focus on not letting that happen. And she'll turn to her teammates and be like, do you think that we could draw out any kind of command structure from the Resurgency?
Well,
I mean, yeah, probably.
I think so. I mean, that was kind of one of my questions was going to be if we knew any general direction in which any of these from where the terrorists are coming from. Like, is there any way we can pinpoint that, or are they just kind of all over the map? I know Becky looked at it. I'm kind of like talking to Becky, like she's the only one who really looked and understood the map. So,
right. But there's no pattern to their attacks, so they must be reacting to something, obviously, to our patterns here. So it's basic warfare. I can't find a base of operations.
In fairness, you're not looking at all of our intel. Sarai.
Shocking.
Sarai, would you be willing to go and get the intel docket to share with them? Is that something we can agree on, at least?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sarai, please. And you can see, like, this whole time she's, like, fallen pretty quiet, and she's, like, glaring daggers at her dad. And...
Me too, Sarai. I'm with you.
You're fucking impossible. Fine, I'll be back. Don't fucking die or fall down the stairs in the meantime. And she walks out.
Into the room.
She walks out the door. Go ahead, yes?
Can I ask, so I'm gonna look at Adele and be like, so one of the things you said that you've had trouble getting your hands on are big guns, like big ammunition, big... Like, what exactly do you feel like you would need to turn the tide in your favor? As far as weaponry?
We need weapons to kill walkers. Walkers in hard suits. Preferably aerospace craft. Their ships arrived and they're significantly well armed. Smaller than we expected, and their ships have fled, but before they fled, they dropped what seems to be hundreds of landers across the planet. Each lander likely had at least one walker, a pair of hard suits, and a squad of men. They seem to all be independent fire teams operating under their own auspices. They are clearly being coordinated somehow, but the big issue we're running into is it means that for every 10 of them, there's 2 in hard suits and a walker. And worse than that, a gunship to back them up, as the landers that brought them down are running interference. So even though, for a while, we had our AA guns, now we don't. A necessary trait. We can either maintain communications and be bombarded from the sky, or kill everyone's ability to navigate efficiently, but lose our ability to command the skies. We sacrifice the skies to protect the ground. They're as confused as we are, but every time one of our teams makes contact, inevitably we can ambush a few men on foot, and their troops are wearing comparable combat garb to what we can manage. It's a little more advanced than us, we will admit. Trench coat fucking brigade out there seems to at least have some technological advantage, but it doesn't seem to be in their armor, it's mostly in their weapons. The problem is, we get a couple men deep into killing them, and a hard suit comes around the corner and lights up the entire street. Or aerospace craft comes screaming by at Mach 2 and bombards the entire area.
we could have coordinates. We have gear that we could contribute. We just need to be able to maneuver is the issue.
I appreciate that. I'd be happy to have your help, but I don't see how, however well armed a team you are, I presume you just brought one lander and it's just you. Are you planning on personally jousting with over 50 teams? Because I don't know how you can help beyond that.
More like poking to see who perks their head up.
We do have some intel on who might be leading this push. They do seem to have commanders. 2 names keep coming up. Sarai's digging through the files. I'm sure she'll find it, but can't remember his name. The phrase Pateni and Okalari come up over and over again. Pateni and Okalari, Pateni and Okalari. We think there's some kind of rank. That we were wondering whether that word made any sense to you all. And we were wondering if it's just a local failing of our translations. But from your expressions, that word is as much gibberish to you all as it is to the rest.
Right, it's not like something we could read backwards. It's not like an intellect puzzle. Okay.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's a good idea. I was way off of that. But yeah.
Yeah. Normally, translation works in Legacy. You guys are subconsciously, like, trained on whatever local, like, languages are spoken and dialects.
Okay.
So, like...
This is a bit too far out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a word that your translation, like, your internal, like, Rolodex hasn't been updated with, it just sounds like the native language. So saying Pateni and Okalari means nothing to you than it would to me saying it to you guys, the players, right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna look at Becky and be like, yeah, I think that would be a good idea because, and then I'll look at Louis and be like, Louis has Meki, which would give an advantage.
Becky on like facepalm.
Sorry, say that again.
Meki? There's like a pause. Like, he literally...
Yeah, I do, yeah. I'm still thrown and annoyed by the dumbass father. Has Sarai left the room?
Yeah, she went to go get some files.
She did. However, Louis, make me an awareness roll.
Ooh.
No, I don't want it. Awareness. Do I have awareness? I do.
You better.
Yeah.
And also...
Oh, that's an 8. And a... 1 second, I'm going to find a D4 on my dice.
Nice. Good start. And also...
That's a D6. There's a D4. That is a 6, so 8 altogether. 8 in total.
8 altogether. Very nice. And on top of that, this is just me checking out here, but also I just want to make sure... Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're good. Louis. When Sarai walked out of the room, she looked back and looked to see if anyone was looking at her. And I'm guessing that you briefly caught her eye. She gave you a look like, follow if you get the chance. Like, sort of the whole, like, away from her father's eyes. Which, it makes sense, only you would see it. You're all Sylph. You all are used to working with hypersensitive sensations and, like, the ability to perceive things really acutely. So only you would really see the kind of, like, stealth that'd be necessary to, hey, follow me. It's the equivalent of trying to whisper at someone who can see through walls, or, like, you know... it's someone who can hear on the other side of a room and be like, I can barely talk. You have to hear this. Like, so you caught that. Sarai would have been like, you can follow me if you want. There's more.
Yeah, 100%. I was already going to ask to follow her.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the fact that Louis has spent 18 years perfecting the notion that I'm the least important person in the room and just leave.
Yeah.
While those two are talking about a map and strategy, I'm like, good chat, I don't care. I also don't want to be in the same room as that person anymore. So I'm just going to leave. He just winds me up. What a stupid idiot.
No, that's fair. No, that's valid. I'm not going to lie.
I don't even know what a plate is.
I will say, I'm very happy I made someone as abrasive as him. It was very hard. So full disclosure, making Disprandi characters for the Common Oceans is difficult, because those guys are all isolationists, even by the terms of, like, other Common Oceans. They are not usually nice, and I am too nice, usually. I feel like an asshole if I act like the kind of person that doesn't want you to be around them. So I'm glad that I managed to convey that a little bit.
A little bit.
Good.
Now I feel bad because every NPC I make seems to piss off my players. So
It's fine.
that
I'm just a
really
people pleaser,
naturally
Paul.
to me.
It's not a healthy thing. So while this conversation is going on, Louis, you duck after her. So I'm gonna pause the conversation that's being spoken here, and we're gonna go after Louis. So
Get that girl.
Sarai is currently like in a little side room. It's literally a file cabinet. Like it's actually a paper file cabinet. This shit has not been around for hundreds of years, and these people are having manila folders in an old metal case. It looks like it'd be out of the CIA or FBI in the early 60s. She's digging through it and pulls out this like 1 manila folder, and inside of it, it's got a bunch of paper and what looks like a couple of like small slip disks, which are basically like hard drives, exactly like it sounds. They're basically like floppy disks, but they hold terabytes of data.
Cool.
And so, as she takes it and puts it under her arm, she goes, "All right, I'm gonna be completely level with you. How much do you actually give a shit about this planet and the people on it? Like, really?"
So, me personally or me the Voyagers?
You explicitly. I need to know how much you actually give a shit, if you do it all.
I care about the people, 100%, and I care about the memory of the trees and the ancestry that they have. The planet itself couldn't really give a shit. It's a bunch of rock. But I don't want to see anybody die or suffer in any way.
Okay.
How much do you care about the planet?
A lot.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But I am glad you were honest. Alright. Look. I'm gonna give you a little bit of knowledge. My dad's not the nicest guy to work with usually. But there's
If that's a bit of knowledge, I'm good. I don't need it.
Okay. A little more than that. I'll get you there. Okay? Look. The truth of the matter is, this planet isn't the first planet we've settled. Xhol is the second. My dad is from Rattan. So am I. So are most of us. Not the whole planet, but the entirety of Rekalore. And about like 2 other settlements are all left over from this other colony. It's like 20 years ago. I was a kid. I was like 2, 3 when everything happened. Back then, we were working under this JSA Shell Corp. Vanticorp, I think is what it's called. And so their whole thing is ground exploitation. Same thing that New Latali, the guys that the what was his name again? The Acris that came with you.
Oh,
He actually,
neither.
I actually do. It's Ira, but like she doesn't.
yeah, I thought it was like a Doom, a Raw. I've got a lot of NPC names to my left. Like a Raw, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good guy. Okay, yeah.
All right, Ira. Same company basically, or same like field as that company. Okay. At the time, it was entirely a corporate town. We weren't Common Ocean yet. We were still JSA. Working the ground. The goal was, after we had met our quota, the colony would be ours. Whatever's left of it, we could turn it into whatever we wanted. We could basically buy the lease, and it becomes our land. Didn't get that far. JSA never lets it get that far. There's always fees. There's always extra shit. They increase requirement. They increase the yield we have to deliver. The exploitation becomes so damaging to the ground it becomes poisonous. But my father and his community still made it work. For like 20 years. Can you imagine that? Working in, it's basically like an open pit mine for 20 years and turning it into a home. They did it. I don't know how. Well, one day, our colony basically told Vanticorp to fuck off. We stopped paying tithes. We told them we were declaring independence. We filed for arbitration. with the JSA. The JSA complied. They were willing to hear us out. We were just one colony. They don't care which business runs it, as long as it's within the JSA. So, they applied. Vantablack's CEO didn't fucking like that. So, they space-folded a destroyer into orbit and they bombarded us. Rattan used to have about 15,000 people on it. About 400 escaped. They literally burned the planet from orbit. My dad was busy. He was away, off planet, negotiating with the JSA. He found out while it was happening. Space folded to the planet as fast as he could with his shuttle. Got me off. He didn't get my dad. He didn't get my mom. He didn't get my uncle. He didn't get my brother. It's just me. Most of the colony has a sob story like that. I'm not telling it because I give a shit about what you think. I'm telling you this to frame why I'm worried. This isn't just a rock for my father, or most of the colonists here. This is freedom. That's why they don't like the JSA. That's why you're really lucky that my father is so desperate that he didn't put a slug in that JSA scumbag who came with you. Whether he's a good guy or not is irrelevant. The institution that made him murdered my father's home, his wife, and his son, and the whole fucking planet they were on. That's why we don't fucking talk to people outside of this planet. The whole colony is like that. On the other side of a planet, there's an entire colony. It's all Oraname refugees who are fleeing from one nation, and their city got destroyed. Another one's a colony ship that collapsed and got stranded out in orbit. Like, there's a dozen sob stories, and none of us want outside interference. Now, what I'm worried about is that my dad is doing what I'm sure any other colony leader here would do. They're taking all the heat onto themselves because they just don't want to have that happen to the whole planet again. But these guys we're fighting don't care. My dad thinks that they'll walk past the other people to look for him, and maybe if they fully understood, they might, but they'll be just as fine dragging us into the streets too. I don't know what my dad's using to control the signal thing, but I think I know where it came from. There's a grove about like 5 miles out from this bunker. He used to walk in it all the time. It's pretty quiet, lots of overturned stones. It's chill. I used to go and have picnics there when I was a kid. If you can go there, I'm sure whatever relic he's using, he found it there. Maybe there'll be a clue. But I can tell you right now, there's nothing in this bunker that's going to help you. I do have names of his commanders. They're right here. We think they're ranks. That's all I got for you. And they're looking for whatever the fuck this is too now, I'm sure.
My difficulty is, and thank you, I can't imagine telling me that was easy. And I can't even pretend to be able to empathize with you. I lived a remarkably sheltered life. Even as a Voyager, I've had it pretty easy. My colleagues are some of the greatest people at whatever they do, and I'm just here to make snarky comments and occasionally ride my little mech suit and look cool doing it and try to impress a silly girl I like. I'm not going to be able to say that I know what you've gone through or your father's gone through. Do I still think he's an arse? Yeah. But is it a little bit more understandable now? No. But okay. Do I care much about the actual rock that you call a planet? No. But it's not my planet to care about. It's yours. It's your dads. It's the people who made a new life here after suffering. You saw freedom where I see stone and dirt. That does matter. I get that, at the very least. I'll lay off your dad. For a bit.
Thanks.
And me and my friends will help in any way we can. Of course we will. Even if it wasn't our job. Even if we weren't obligated to, we would. I want to find this relic because I think it's important that the burden is beyond just your father. I don't know what we'll do once we find it. We can't turn it back on. Turning it off was the only strategy you guys had, and it seems to be working to some degree. I can't imagine turning it on would work, otherwise your dad would probably have done it. He's a, I assume, intelligent commander and knows what he's doing, but what do you want us to do if we do find this relic?
Bring it to me. Or bring me to it. I don't know. Maybe it's big, small. I don't know. You guys are Voyagers. You deal with relics all the time. I have no clue, but if you can tell me how to turn it on and off. The one thing my dad and most of the colonists on this planet don't want to do is the one thing we have to. We need help. Actual help. If I can get the comms back up, I'm going to call for reinforcements from the Corsairs. Get other colonies to show up. This is already a war zone. We need an army. We can put the comms back down again afterwards, but if we can't take it down, we can't get a message out. And it has to be a message from us. As much as I'm sure you all could fly back into orbit and send the message for us.
No, I get that.
Yeah. We haven't exactly made it easy for people to trust us. So it needs to come from us.
Asking for help is a good way to extend an olive branch. I get it.
And also,
I'm guessing you read this by your dad. What's he said?
take a wild guess.
Yeah, I'm sure he loved the idea. Yeah, fair point.
My dad is a good man. He's doing as best as he can with what he's got. But he literally can't conceive of a way in which outsiders can give us aid. And there's a huge difference between the JSA and these monsters out there murdering people, but more importantly, the common notions. I'm not my dad. I don't think we need to die alone. On principle. So, I'll put out the call. I'll take that heat. I'm sure my dad will forgive me. I'm not worried about it. Me and him have had it out for 20 years. I'm not angry at him for everything that happened to my parents, and he's come to be a pretty decent father. So I know it'll break his heart and piss him off, but he's bigger than that. The other settlements, there might be some consequences, but I'll take them. My dad can stay the community leader. I become community pariah, and maybe I get to go off the planet for a while and have some fun.
Well, you're always welcome to join us.
I appreciate that.
And at the very least, these people will be alive to be angry at you.
Exactly.
Whereas in a minute, great. Like you said, you're going to die alone, prideful, and independent. Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. Really kind of lays it out there, doesn't it? So, yeah, here. And she presses the manila folders and the discs into your hands. That's what my dad thinks you need to see in order to figure out a working plan. Maybe you will, maybe you don't. But if not, in the meantime, this, she reaches into the file cabinet one more time, takes out a single, actual paper parchment-like thing, rolls it up, and puts it into, reaches over and puts it into what, the equivalent of, your, a pouch, or,
sure,
inside a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of, puts it in and just, that's the map to the glade. If you're gonna find out how to stop this shit, it's gonna be there. Alright, get the fuck back there before they wonder what the hell we're doing. I don't want my dad grilling you. Or for that matter, all the people...
Try it.
Well, I mean, You know, I'm one of the younger folks here, right? It's like she's walking back and she's like, everyone presumes you go into an unmarked room with someone and it's really gross. Fucking
Wait, what?
weirdos.
No. I didn't know that was a thing.
So we're cutting back to the rest of the group. And so you guys get that information. I'm gonna have you guys make me a strategy roll. It can be a joint strategy roll. Amaya, you can make me... Let's take a look and see what your... I'm going to see if you have... Because I know you have the ability to, like, dig up information. It's, like, part of your whole character.
Yeah, I have research.
Make me a research roll. I'll let you
Okay.
add... as I zoom this in. I'm going to let you add your... Why the fuck is it... Oh, that was a weird...
Like
thing.
public investigation.
I'll let you add espionage, political affairs, and public investigation, all three of them together. This is like very broad information, and these are very useful skill sets. So like, I'll let you do that. Research plus all those combined.
Okay, so D10 plus 4. And then my luck die.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take that 9.
I did want to ask, are we getting close to session end?
We're getting closer towards
Then
session.
I'll substitute my Child of Tomorrow roll.
Okay.
And that's a 19.
That's a 19 for your child tomorrow. Okay. Dice control, such a wonderful thing, isn't it, chat?
Yes, thank God.
Okay, so you got a 12 on strategy. JJ, what did you have?
A 9?
A 9. Okay.
Yeah. I rolled a 5 and then plus 4, and then my luck die was a 4, so
Okay. That's pretty solid.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's after mod.
Wait, you said 12.
Yeah.
What did you roll? You rolled
19.
19. Jesus.
I was really confused. I was like, what do you mean 12?
Sorry,
Subtracting?
19. Brain. No, brain being weird. Okay. So, Amaya, you kind of like doing your research, doing your broad like thing, and combine that with Becky's strategic like overview. The two of you actually find ways to like kind of optimize the defense a little bit more. It's not gonna like save the planet or anything, but it might help in the short term to turn a lot of these engagements from like really close parity like engagements where we pop out and like we trade a lot of fire and everybody dies.
Long range traps and setups.
Yeah, basically it should hopefully like readjust the guerrilla warfare of the common notions where it'll actually be a little more effective. And that's the hope anyway.
Yeah.
But more important than that, you guys do manage to make a little bit of a discovery here. And so this is where we get to take a moment, very quickly mention, you figure out what the phrase, like what the Pateni and O'Calry mean, actually. So this is by cross-referencing like communications that you can see and like discussions have gone back and forth. It turns out you're beginning to understand the command structure of the Resurgency.
Oh yeah, the advance.
Yes, exactly. So, in this particular instance, I'm gonna just read this verbatim here. So Pateni is a junior officer, roughly equivalent to a lieutenant. So they command like a couple platoons of squads. They're meant to command like detachments, at most like regional things. It's a military rank, explicitly military. That dude seems to be the guy in charge of the entire planet, and like their military offensive here. It was not meant, from what you can tell, to be like the domain of a major or a commander. Like, the terms they have are different, but like, this was meant to be just like, oh, this is a detachment, they'll go handle this. Which implies a detachment for them is 3 fully armed warships. Bear that in mind. But Pateni is clearly the rank of the guy in charge. That guy, when you put together enough of that data,
Our target.
one of your targets. His name, and I'm gonna write this out, is Pateni Victor Tenor. You don't know more than his name at the moment. And for the record, neither does Edu. He doesn't recognize the name at all. Like, it's meaningless to him. As he put it when it got brought up to him, this is a planet of several thousand, and most of them are on other continents. So, I don't recognize the name. They're not from here. The other one is a name O'Calry. This is the rank. O'Calry. Triumph-053. So...
That's a synthetic.
That's definitely a synthetic name. So, that one raises some questions. Because, actually... Edu actually recognizes the name Triumph 053. That guy's a firebrand. He's been a preacher for a while, actually, on the planet. He's kind of been banging the drum about returning about opening Xhol up to the other common oceans and getting out there more aggressively. A lot of people see him as wanting to be the planet's speaker, which... that's Edu's job. And, so far, he's got a really rabid fan base in a couple of settlements, but not here. Triumph is still very much not triumphant in that respect. Also, for the record, the name is a taken name. That wasn't his given name. No one knows his given name, but he reinvented himself and admits it. So, in regards to that, given the fact that he's an O'Calry, which is a political leader in the Resurgency, based on what you're able to piece together, these guys are like multi-cell operational coordinators. Each part of the Resurgency is an individual cell. It has its own people, its own personnel, its own locality, its own specific purpose. O'Calry coordinate multiple cells. So, they're not quite full-on, like, regional commanders, but they're usually in charge of, like, a specific task, and they aspire to greater roles. This guy's not just, like, turned over to join the Resurgency. He got far enough in it where now he commands... he probably is the person in command of the whole thing on the planet, if his rank is to be known. Because his rank, while technically even with Pateni, implies he's commanding military assets or brought them here. Which, by the way, you can see makes Edu very pissy. Very quick. And he's like, oh, great. Like, this bitch couldn't stand losing to me, and so he decided to invite a foreign nation to attack us. He's presuming the worst very quickly, but you're not sure how productive that is. So, that's the data you got. So moving forward, that is O'Calry Triumph 053 is the other guy. Those are your two head honchos of the local forces.
I completely misspelled that.
You're good, no worries. There's a reason I added it in inside of the, inside the text, so that way you guys could reference it.
Now I can fix it, yeah.
Yeah. So the rest of the conversation is pretty, I don't want to say dull, but it's cut and dry. You guys sort of realize, like, this is the best you got. Like,
yeah.
So at this point, Edu sort of pipes up a little bit. So, now that you've done your bit, and I appreciate it for what it's worth. Thank you. What's your plan? You gonna just head out there and start jousting with them? Or head out, leave us to it?
Definitely
Yeah.
don't think we're gonna leave you to it. I think we're gonna, obviously, like, we've come here to find them, so we need to find them. So I think we'll be hanging out for a little bit.
We'll do some reconnaissance, and if we can, we'd certainly like to help you win the war here.
Right. Louis?
Yeah. 100%. That's what we're here for. That's our job. We're gonna do things that I don't think you can, because we don't have an army to worry about and to look after and to take care. And we don't have as much red tape. And there's how many people are in this game now? 5?
At the moment, there will be 5. There is 4. So
there's 4 of us. We can go places and do things that a battalion or a larger group of people can't. And we also have a specific set of skills that we've been putting together reasonably well at the minute. So yeah, I'd love to say we'll keep in touch, but you've taken down all communications. So I don't know, maybe we should flash some lights at you at some point.
Yeah, we'll hit you with them.
Yeah, do they all do that? Is that a universal thing that we just didn't know about, or?
Yeah, is there like a setting?
You certainly still need to talk about the JSA and your.
Just no communication setting.
For the record, Edu sees both of you and it's just like, that's a local code breaking thing we will not be telling you about. No offense.
Okay. Amaya's just gonna look at Louie and just go.
What? Actually, that's a good point. Can we have our prisoner back?
Well, if you're leaving the building, sure. Try not to get him killed, though. I don't want to explain that to the JSA.
Oh yeah, you'd be heartbroken.
Agonized, truly. Well, thank you. Obviously, nothing that's said here leaves this room. Good luck.
Before we leave, is there anything that might help you that you can think of right now? That would be within our means of procuring.
I'm not really sure there is. I appreciate your offer, but...
We'll keep an eye out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you find an avatar buried out there, I wouldn't say no. In the meantime, good luck.
I'm gonna go get. I keep wanting to call him a deer, and I know that's the guy I'm currently talking to.
Hurrah.
Hurrah. I'm gonna personally go get him because I actually want a conversation with him before we leave. But if we're nearing the end of the session, it's a long conversation. We're gonna do it next time.
Yeah, and Becky will want to find Ettore.
Attori's right there.
Oh,
so.
Literally in the room. Okay.
Yeah, Attori's literally in the room right there with you guys.
I forgot he was one of the ones.
So that's fair. So how about this? Louis, you can go have your conversation with Hurrah. Go grab him. I'm presuming you're all going to head to the surface. You're going to want to have your conversation with Ettore, who is coming with you, by the way. He will return, but he rolled high enough to look at you, Louis, and see there's something you're thinking of. So he's coming with you guys for a minute.
He's like, I want information.
And Amaya, was there anything you wanted to do before end of session?
I just wanted to shake Ado's hand and just be like, thank you for the information that you've given us. That's been a big help. I'm sorry that this is where we kind of are right now, but we're going to do as much as we can to try to help you guys out. And then I'll shake his hand.
While the other two are leaving the room, he sort of shakes your hand firmly back and... I apologize for this. I'll be honest. I don't like how this is the only way we survive. I wish we could have our borders more open. I wish we could talk to people more readily. I wish we could trust the rest of the Evanti Sector. We can't. So... But... I've already given a fair bit of aid to my people. You say we're going to fight and die beside them, then... You have my respect for that. And it's all I could ask of any of my men. Or, in this case, any of my Oraname comrades. So thank you. If you need to come back, if you need a place to hide, I don't like that JSA rat being with you. But I will give you shelter. as long as you don't mind confining him if you do come back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope that the next time we do come into contact, it will be under better circumstances.
Me too. It'd be lovely if we just got to relax and talk and eat lunch, as opposed to be in a bunker miles away from my home.
Right.
Fair winds, Amaya.
Thank you. Same to you.
And as you slowly turn and walk from the room, we pop over to... We're going to go to Becky next.
Oh no. Okay.
You said you wanted to talk to Atoya.
Yeah, but I was like looking forward to Louis and Iran.
Okay, we can do Louis and Iran next if you want. Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of my questions, so I'm ready. I can go.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Louis.
As I approach I'm not going to call it anything else, the prison cell that this poor guy's in.
It is.
Yeah. I'm assuming there's some people standing outside making sure he didn't go nowhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's armed guards. For the most part, they aren't harassing him. From what you can tell, like, he seems to be relatively safe in there. Like, he hasn't been roughed up or anything. The guards are a little bit
I
like...
trusted the doctor, if nothing else, to be fair. Doctors are trustworthy.
Yeah, the doctor's still there. He's not inside the room, obviously. He's outside, but... as he sees you walk by, he just gives you a nod and goes, "You should be waking up."
I'm going to ask anybody who's, like, standing outside the door, specifically where that little hole is, like, can I have some privacy with them?
They look at you and nod. They stand aside. At very least, like, they don't respect the JSA, they respect Voyagers. So...
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside. I'm assuming, Araz, like, conscious, otherwise it's gonna be a really short chat.
No, he's conscious. He's currently sitting on the, he's currently sitting in the chair, reading what appears to be, like, an actual magazine. Like, it's an old one. I'm gonna say it's Popular Science from the early 2000s. And just, like, chuckling, like, oh, these humans had such goofy-ass shit. Oh, hey, Louis, yeah. How are you doing?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, babe.
No, I'm fine. I can leave. Like, I've got more than this small room.
Please,
like...
save me from this fucking thing. And he throws the magazine into the rack. Don't even have...
I will ask you some questions.
Sure.
If you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead. Yes.
I'm assuming, Omni, that I'm wearing a Voyager's uniform?
Yeah, we never really talked about your crew ever having, like, a set uniform. However, I presume at this point you guys do probably have, like,
some... We got a little stitch on the breast.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I was going to ask next.
Yeah.
Do I have a badge or, like, some form of physical representation that I'm a Voyager? And if not, can I pretend that I do for the scene?
So...
That fits.
So, Voyagers have a writ of mark, which is, like, more of a... It's literally like a pirate's writ of mark. Well, like, I guess I shouldn't say a pirate, technically. But a privateer's writ of mark. It's a literal document that says, "I am a Voyager." It's literally the permission to do whatever I want card. But from a galactic standpoint. So you do have, like, an ID badge on your wrist link that you can flash people to be like, "Hey, I'm part of the Voyager program," if you need to.
I'm gonna take that badge then, that paperwork or the thing that I would flash people, and I'm gonna put it in the same receptacle as the magazine that he's just thrown away.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you at the minute as a Voyager.
Alright.
I'm hoping that I have done enough to show you that I am more than a space cop, a Voyager, a person who will rain down my authority and hold people against their will for no reason.
Fair.
I need to ask you about the JLA, and I need you to be honest, and I need you to understand that until we leave this room, there won't be consequences from me for what you tell me. For now.
Up there,
Your dice roller?
Yes, the dice roller, please. He nods. All right. Yeah. Okay, I believe that.
I need you to tell me about a planet that used to be under the JLA about 20, 30 years ago, maybe?
Okay.
I think it might be somewhere near your department, might have been under it. And I got to reference the company name that I have now forgotten. I wish I'd wrote down because I knew I was going to have this conversation. Vancecorp? I want to say Vancecorp.
Ventacorp. Or
Ventacorp.
Oh, I
Vantacorp,
thought
yeah.
it was. Oops.
Ventacorp? Have you heard of it?
Okay. This is where... So I'm going to do something fun here. Normally, I would have you guys making awareness rolls and negotiation rolls on your end. However, you are asking these questions in a circumstance where it is particularly sensitive, and you finding out whether you've rolled well or not is going to be relevant. So, here's my promise to you. You, as a self, get to re-roll awareness checks that you fail. I will do so every time you fail. I will not tell you the results. I will make notes of that. So, if you roll,
That does sound fun, you're right.
if you roll critically well, I will let you know you feel very, very confident about this. But also be aware, if he rolls very, very well and he's lying to you, and you roll very, very poorly,
I
you
will
can't
probably
tell.
equally feel as confident. Yeah, that's
Exactly. Okay, just wanted to make sure we got that out there. All right. So, the name of the company, just to make sure I got this right, is Ventacorp.
Venta with a V-E.
Yes, like Vanta, but with an E.
That makes sense.
Okay. So, Louis, what's your awareness roll?
1 second.
Actually, hold on. I don't even need to ask you that. I have your character sheet right in front of me, baby. I love it. I love having digital copies of your character sheets, which is why I'm working on getting one for everybody very soon. JJ, I will be filling yours out this week.
Yay!
So you will have access to this sick-ass new, all the negotiator rules are on one page, which even tells you exactly what you rolled the dice for. So you'll be set. It's
While
lovely.
we are on a slight tangent, what was the planet called?
The planet that you were talking about, the world was known as Rattan. So R-E-T-A-N. Rattan.
Thank you.
No worries. So, I'm going to get some slightly spicier music on for this. We're getting into some...
Get some jazz, some like slow saxophone, like.
I'm going to see whether I got something... There's like one particular one that was like really... Okay, well we can go with this for now. This should be okay. Yes. This will do nicely. Alright. So... You ask him... Your question is, do you know about Ventacorp? And do you know about the world of Rattan?
So he's just Ventacorp for now, but I will probably be asking about Rattan afterwards, but yes.
Okay.
My initial question is about Ventacorp, because if he doesn't know about that, he's probably not going to know about Planet anyway, so...
Alright. I'm just checking this out to see. Okay. So, here we go. This is going to be interesting. Funny thing is, a person with a D4 as an attribute die has a statistically higher chance of rolling criticals than anyone else in the game. Okay. Then over here. Okay. Alright. I've heard of it, yeah. We, a lot of us who work now for Latali, we're familiar with Ventacorp. Fuck those guys, personally.
Oh? Did they have a... I mean, every family's got one. Did they have a reputation?
I dare say so. They're the reason we hold the rights to Xhol, actually, not them. They, let's be real, right? I'm JSA. I'm a company guy. I take money from the company. Some of the stuff I do isn't that great. I can respect that. Anyone who gets pissed at me for that, that's fair. I'm not exactly paragon. And I'm alright with that. I'm just making a living. But there's plenty of folks in the JSA that it's a pleasure. I'm usually not that guy. But Ventacorp, they made an art form of that shit. They're the guys that give the rest of the JSA a bad name. Literally infamous. Technically, they're not even JSA anymore. Very few corporations have washed out of the Joint Syndicate Authority. Some of us worked for Ventacorp before it got dissolved. And those few of us who got out, some of us joined New Latali. After all, New Latali basically picked up all the rights of Ventacorp, all their contracts, all their shit. Hell, most of their holdings. So, for a lot of them, it was as simple as just changing a name on the paperworks where they got their taxes and their paychecks from. So, yeah. But they're pretty shit, even by the JSA standards.
And the planet Return? Is that a black mark against a black mark-ridden department? Stop rolling dice. It's concerning.
Imagine we just say that like in game as people.
Yeah.
Just roll the dice.
Where did you get dice from, dude?
I
talk here.
have a lovely little dice roller here that I only use when you guys can't see the results. And I don't want the lovely audience out there to see the results either. You guys normally don't get to see the dice results yet, but I will have a dice roller here eventually, and then you will. You still won't see these. So, you pause. You ask him about that. Yeah, that would be the reason. So, little back-of-nowhere mining colony pulls in a pretty good amount of tantalum. Not sure if you're familiar with the mineral. Kind of mandatory for pretty much anything electronic. It's great. Like, the only thing you can find on a planet that's more mandatory than that is gold. But, yeah. Microprocessors, circuits, it's all made of it. It's not that much of it. Conditions to make it are incredibly rare. They rely on very specific mineral deposits. But, in this instance, the planet had veins of the shit running through it crisscross. Like someone had filled it with a caulking gun filled with tantalum. So, colony got set up, they began to mine, they were given the usual JSA shit contract. Work here, sell the minerals on the planet. Eventually, you'll pay off your lease. From what I hear, it wasn't that easy. Fees happen, unfortunately. Deadlines are missed. Bad seasons. Bad working conditions. It's part of the whole deal with being a colonist in the first place. It isn't just the JSA. Almost any colony has these issues when it first started. So, shit just happens. They got the bad end of it. But they kept going for a while. Unfortunately for Ventacorp runs itself a little too tight in that era. They weren't very smart about their books. You know how some companies can really not see past that next quarter? Yeah, that's them. They couldn't see past 3 months out. And they had signed a very lucrative deal with a mass manufacturer of electronics. They cornered the market on tantalum in this part of the sector, so they figured great income, big promises, dumb decisions from really stupid CEOs. Doesn't go as well as we thought. And Venta's security teams start getting mobilized. They start saying that they need the tantalum. And they start cracking down, changing the conditions of the lease, demanding longer work hours, higher yields. People are barely making the ones that they already have, so it's not their fault again. Shit happens. Life is life. And eventually they pushed too hard. And the colonists on the planet, Rattan, they petitioned for outside legal arbitration is the word. Really what it is an outside investigation. That's why the JSA exists. We're not just one company. We're like 50 companies in a trench coat, but the JSA itself, that's actually the thing keeping all the companies in line. So, they request arbitration, and the arbiter decides that until the arbitration is complete, they don't have to pay Venta a cent. They don't owe him anything. And arbitration can take years. Literally years. Have you ever tried to wade through a court case? Jesus, don't bet on that. What a terrible fucking bet. Now, the way things were going, it could have been a decade until they returned back to work. And in the meantime, the colony was theirs. And Venta's stock price plummeted. They were really banking on that tantalum. Of course, if they had just, been smart, it wouldn't have been no issue. But they weren't. Companies are dumb. That's why working for them is often a really good bet. It's a great way to skim a lot of money out of people who are really too dumb to keep it. So, Venta CEO gets really panicky. Company looks like it's probably going to go under in a couple of months, and if Venta goes under, then there goes all the tantalum, and the rights are up for purchase by another corporation, and Venta would collapse. So CEO did what really dumb, really arrogant people do. He decided violence was a good substitute for actual diplomatic skill. He sent Venta's security forces there, and from what I heard, they firebombed the planet. The tantalum wasn't just tantalum in those mines. It was surrounded by sulfur and coal. I don't know if you know how explosive coal powder is. Coal dust is a major component of TNT. They firebombed the colony. It was a pretty big colony, but it was pretty situated around those mines. When they set off one mine, the fire burned underground and set off all the others, like a firecracker. They meant to punitively demonstrate with one colony. They basically burned the whole planet. From what I hear, the mines are still burning. It'll be centuries until they smother out. Yeah, that's bad business. It's horrible shit, for the record, but it's bad business. People on the planet who were left were reasonably pissed. They fought back. JSA doesn't talk much about this side of it, but something tells me you're not going to go tell the JSA board on me, right?
I'm just a citizen at the moment. I'm not a Voyager. I'm just another person in the cell with you.
Oh yeah, it's good to know. See, they hadn't just been talking with arbiters. They've been talking with the common notions, with Corsairs. See, Corsairs don't really think that arbitration works. Can't say I blame them. So they provided them with a backup. If arbitration didn't pan out, they helped them set up anti-aircraft missile silos. On the DL, most of the planet wasn't explored. Who the fuck would, right? It's a planet, it's an open pit mine. That's all you really need. Who's gonna go digging in every under-ocean trench, or every little chasm or canyon? Well, it turns out you can fit a lot of missiles into those. The goal was to have enough to scare off a ship, not to kill one. But Venta's CEO was an idiot. He thought low orbit was safe enough from a bunch of colonists, and his little capital ship caught about 50 anti-space torpedoes, all simultaneously, right under the engine block. All over the continent. I mean, the planet was burning. The colony was gonna die. They had the missiles. Idiot had fired first, and they lived long enough to fire second. Venta lost its entire board in that. Like that. Gone. They were all there observing. Like idiots. You know. Voyagers, right? They're those freaks that like to walk in their suits up and down production lines. Pretend that they're really a part of their workforce. They're not. That's our job. Their job is to be pretty in front of cameras. Well, they've burned really pretty too, from what I hear. So, Venta's CEO and the corporation went kablooey. The few remaining, like, lower-ranking guys, the next-in-line CEO, JSA chewed the hell out of them. At that point, they kicked them out. I don't know if you know how the JSA works, but you don't really survive getting kicked out of the JSA. The sign-up contracts are enough where if a bigger corporation decides to pull out, they could survive. But if you're a small one, like a startup like Vento was, no, JSA basically owned them. Stock lock, everything. So, Corpo died, and they ripped it apart. Sold whatever they could to whoever they wanted, sold all their assets everywhere. Technically, the armor I'm wearing used to be Venta. They just slapped a new logo onto it when they gave it to me.
100, well, tens of thousands dead because the rich just wanted to be richer.
Same old story.
You know, the JLA get a really bad reputation, and stories like that makes you feel like they deserve it.
Oh, they do.
Well, yes, they do. I think there are more similarities between the JLA and the people I work for than the people I work for would like to admit.
Yeah.
The only difference is we're better at convincing ourselves we're the good guys.
That's the way you get around it. You gotta accept being a good guy is about doing good things. It's not about who you work for. It's not about whose badge you wear. It's capitalism. It sucks. All the way down, it sucks.
Do you want to be a good guy?
I want to be a living guy. I want to make enough money, be able to drive off, fly off somewhere, some little planet, retire. I don't know, maybe go to one of those nice like resort worlds where the beaches are really nice, mimosas flow like water. Get a suntan, burns all the way through my feathers, and just be left alone. That'd be lovely. But in the meantime, you know, I got a contract. I do it.
Well, thank you. I'm going to assume you've been honest, and that's all I've asked. That's all you can really do.
I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge, Louis. For the
Everyone's
most
giving me
part,
knowledge today. Oh, damn.
for the most part, this is above table. This is GM Jake, GM Omni telling you.
The fuck is Jake? Don't start lying to me about name.
GM Omni, everybody. That's right. I have a first name and a real life identity.
Yeah, it's Omni.
You're right. It's on my birth certificate. V is my middle name, and
Yeah.
you know, Techt is the last. It's the family
I
name.
don't care what Facebook tries to tell
Yeah,
me.
Lies. Uncle is Ark. You know. So anyway, but above table, almost everything he said seemed to ring true, except for one part. One part that seems a little weird to you. When he said the uniform that they gave him seemed to maybe not be telling the whole truth. It's the only part you caught him in anything. At least so far you felt like. You haven't gotten like any animosity out of him. But, like that's the one thing he seems to be holding back on.
Well, I don't know what your plans are for the rest of the day, but we can leave. We can get you out of here. You're free to go.
Fantastic.
Me and my friends are going to try and help these people. Save this planet from would be invaders. I'm almost certain you're welcome to join us. But you are under no obligation from me. And I'm gonna go pick up my Voyager? Whatever the thing is.
Voyager.
Voyager.
Yeah.
Whatever my title is. Voyager badge back up and put it on.
Okay. Yeah. It's literally a little chip you slot into your wrist link that sort of like ignites it, so like you put it back in. There's a little click and you hear the like as the thing resets and the colors change. Well, I mean, I have nowhere else to go till I get back. You all are my ride. So I'll tag
Come on, then.
along.
Let's go be the good guys.
As long as it pays well enough. And he stands up and starts walking for the door.
Louis Ming is inspiring. I agreed with this on your character sheet, and I still agree with it.
Okay. And finally, Lee, did you have anything you wanted to do with Ettore before the end of the session?
Yeah, she'll like pull him into a side area and just like make sure there isn't really anyone else.
I'm presuming each of you have a moment of like discretion.
Yeah,
so.
just like a quick like 1-2.
Yeah.
And she's going to take off the dog tags that have been hidden like in her shirt, like literally, because they're dog tags. You literally wear them and they wear low.
Yeah.
And then she's going to step behind him, like obviously give him a moment to adjust so that way he's aware of her. She's not just like strangling him, like garroting him.
Right.
But put the dog tags over him, and then like use her arms underneath his to guide his hands. And she's going to show him how to open the open aka. So you flip the left side because it's in binary, the actions on it. And it's a Shrike tail that, because we agreed on this, that Haken had chosen.
Yeah.
So she didn't know it, but he chose it. And, so the beginning of it, you like make an L shape, you snap it, and then the ending, snap it, and then you just twist. Like she's basically showing him the sequence to open it and access it. And she's going to open up a file wordlessly, because again, she doesn't know who's listening in.
Right.
And its coordinates. And she's going to say there's a package for you there. It's up to you whether or not you want to take it. But then she's also going to show him a side function, because this is again something that he can edit to his will. Like she's literally showing him, it's a basic program.
Right.
It's pretty much empty at this point, because there's literally nothing else in there.
And for the record, this is a thing no one else has heard of before. She's been working on this little side project for a while of these like dog tags to give him.
Yeah. And it shows... It's basically a compass, and I don't know if it would work, because it basically uses star charts to orient, and it'll show where they first met, basically. It's basically a compass, back to that point. Because and then she'll be like, I figure you can orient yourself from there if ever you're disoriented from another lost anywhere. You'll be able to find your way home from that point. And that's all she's going to say, and she's going to, like, show him how to deactivate it, and then just like walk out.
You don't get far enough
okay.
to walk out. Like he puts a hand on your shoulder, and he looks down at you, and he is synthetic. His face has no mouth per se. Like it's basically a mask. If there is a mouth, it's underneath the mask. It literally has to articulate out of the way.
Which is so terrifying, to be honest.
But he just sort of like puts a hand on your shoulder, and like flips it shut. You've been doing your research. Thank you. That's a very, very thoughtful gift.
Hopefully one of many. It's just all I can do at this moment.
My father would have liked you. I can't tell you how much of a compliment that is. Because he doesn't like anybody. Doesn't like him anymore. He's dead. But when he was alive, he didn't like anybody.
I'm guessing some of him lives on in you.
Oh, yes. It lives on in me. Literally. And he pats his shoulder, and, like, the shoulder plate, that's his. And he pulls out, like, a little from his pouch. He pulls out what looks like, almost kind of like a mandala, and, like, unfurls it and rolls it out. It's this, like, very long, like, strip of paper. And on it, there's Shrikesh runes all the way down it. and in this. One day, I'll finish writing mine on here too. But in the meantime, my father comes with me. And I'm glad to see he, every once in a while, shows up in other people too. Thank you. And he gives you a pat on the shoulder, and you guys walk out of the place together.
Oh, and then, like, well, as they're walking out, just, at some point, I would like to spar you.
Oh, good fucking luck, I'll floor you. And that is where we're going to end the session for the day, as you guys are walking back out to the surface and everyone's reconvening.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody. That was a lot. Everybody gets 2 points of experience, so we're down to 37. Yay. 37 XP. Well done, everyone, truly. A huge thank you, as always, to all my amazing players. They're all great. You guys can find every single one of them down in the doobly-doo, in the, like, video description. So, I know that some folks, like, a little bit less active than others. I know Bon doesn't really have much of an online presence that much, and that is by intention. I can't blame you. I've been online. Fuck that. It's very frustrating. And JJ, I know you, in fact, have a channel, and that you do, in fact, do stuff. So go check JJ's Twitch channel down inside of the video below, inside of the video description below. And our amazing friend, All Ampersand. Ampersand does so much. They've got their YouTube channel, they're on Twitch all the time, they run a crazy amount of really fun actual plays, and a bunch of fun shows. I've been on several of them. I'm on their Blades in the Dark campaign, and it's just a privilege to have Paul here. So please definitely go subscribe to them. And while you're here, can I just take one very quick moment to say, please come, hold on. As the camera fails.
You stopped at the perfect point.
I really did. It really did want to mess with
Somebody
me.
clip it.
We can't. Yeah, it's not that kind of stream, but come on. I don't know why it's not showing up. Fine. It's not going to work. That's how it's going to be. Fine. We're just going to be on the game screen for this. So, as everything reboots, since I'm here now, please do me a favor. Go down there, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. This is an incredibly tiny channel. You can find, I also have my other channel where I do all my art streams, are up in my channel description. That's The Last Omnitect. Go click there. You can find me also on Twitch, The Last Omnitect, all one word. And then finally, you guys can, of course, always go to my Patreon, patreon.com/lastomnitect. Follow me there. But if you want to help the channel out, right now, your best way to do that is to just, like and subscribe. Comment. We're a tiny channel. We're not even, guys, we're not even, like, affiliated yet. So, like, we have 74 people, I think. Less than. I think I have 74 on my bigger channel. So, all the help you can do is appreciated. Much love. You guys are all incredible. And, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll be back with a full party. +1. So, everyone get excited for that. Take care, Voyagers. I'll see you out there. Peace.